the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 16th?
Nope.
17th. Yeah, I got it written down wrong here. January 17th, 2025. Good morning. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carmen, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning.
Oh, chipper today.
Is everybody at the station getting sick? That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Everyone everywhere is getting sick.
Yeah.
Everyone is dropping like flies.
It's my antibiotic right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
only-
you got?
Oh, you
Mine's
got it?
Mine's in my prostate, so you guys are good.
What'd you wind up having?
No, I don't know, but I told my doctor because we had a telehealth appointment, which is great because I don't have to worry about anything going in my butt. And
Yet.
yeah.
Trust me, Elon's working on some stuff.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll take Elon in my butt any day.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you this. Having had both, I have to think of a delicate way to say this. I will take two different doctors in the back than one in the front. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got you.
Over the years,
Save it for your OnlyFans.
Wow.
I've had about a half a dozen doctors test me in the back. And over the years, like from my
In a row?
No, one was the very first person to ever do it was a small lady with tiny hands, and it was just weird and uncomfortable, and I felt more bad for her than anything else.
Yeah.
Then during the time we were trying to have Joey, and we were having some problems, I just assumed it was my wife. I blamed everything on her. Whatever your lady problems are, we can't have kids. And then they were like, no, we tested her. She's fine. Time for you to go get tested. And I went, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the first thing they did was go right up there. And I went,
Really?
what? Yeah. And I went, what was the best, Gio, is the doctor. I had gone to him like twice in my life. I didn't really know him. Big burly guy. And like if you would never cast him to play a doctor in the movie. He didn't look anything like a doctor. And I go there and he's like, all right, what do we got? I go, all right, we're trying to have kids. And he said, when's the last time you had your prostate checked? I said, never. And he goes, well, you're going to have it done today. And I said, no. I said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really afraid of it. Like, I don't care. But I just came from Hooters. I just ate a huge plate of wings at Hooters. And he said, "That's all right." But you don't understand. I just drove here from Hooters. The wheels are in motion already. You know.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who wails on Hooters before they go to a doctor's?
A guy who doesn't think he's getting a finger in his butt.
Yeah, but I mean, also just a lot of different things. You're getting on a scale. You know that.
No, I didn't care about that. I was going there so he can, take my blood. You know what I mean? That's what I thought they were going to do.
Even that. Your blood has a high consistency with wing sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Direct correlation to what you put in your body.
Right.
Yeah. I was medium and mild at the same time.
Listen, I think you can never go wrong with Hooters, no matter the situation.
And on top of that, that is your system doesn't work that fast. Usually it takes 12 to 24 hours. Some people even longer.
My system works from when I leave. The minute I get in my car after Hooters, my system is in motion.
But
Pete
that's
crapped his pants in Hooters one time.
Right.
But that's pushing out the other food.
Yeah.
That's not the actual Hooters. But
I get it, but I knew that there was already stuff in the hopper, and the Hooters was anyway. It's you know how sometimes you just feel uncomfortable, like you feel gross, like when every once in a while if your boyfriend wants to make sweet love to you and you're like, I just feel gross right now. That's how I felt.
Okay.
So he was like, no, we're good. We're gonna do it. And then he just did it, and
Did he double up on rubber gloves or just?
So, Gio, my recollection is it's awkward. Because he also messed around my front area, and when I was telling the story the next day on the air, because I was back on the country station when this happened, I told the story, and then somebody pointed it out. I go, he was fiddling around my front parts, taking a look at everything, making sure that looked okay. And then said, okay, turn around and bend over, and he put his glove on, and he did the thing.
Oh.
What's the part that sounds incorrect?
I know. He was fiddling your front with no gloves.
But that's my recollection of it. I don't really know that happened. He may have been wearing gloves while he did fiddle around my front parts.
Trying to warm you up.
A little kiss on the neck, something.
Yeah,
So he did it, and then that was really like I had it done years prior when I was young by the little lady. This was the first time I was really done like a man where I was bent over and
large calloused hands.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the joke where the doctor's doing that and he says it's okay to have an erection while you're doing this, and the guy says, I don't have an erection. He goes, I was talking to myself.
All right.
That's
So-
not right.
So the guy does it when it's over. The worst part about it was he had to use a goop or whatever to get it going, and then when it was done, he just hands you tissues like to go clean yourself up. And you know, I felt like such an abused.
Done with you.
You were used.
and I said to him,
You're dismissed.
boy, you were not taking no for an answer there, were you? And he goes, no. He goes, I was a Navy doctor for years, and I've heard all the excuses. So I go, I wasn't really giving the excuse. I literally just came from Hooters. So yeah, that was that happened. And anyway, so yes, I had a telehealth appointment with my great doctor in Sarasota, and I said to him, hey, I'm peeing like every. So what happens is I have Dr. D here for a preliminary diagnosis. Then I relate the information that I got from Dr. D to Dr. N. And I say, hey, this is what Dr. D said. And he's like, yeah, that's probably this and that. And I'm going to put you on an antibiotic. And I was like, awesome. So I also had blood work or urine test done so they could check that stuff.
Would you just pee on your laptop, or how'd you do it?
I went to the LabCorp
okay.
place and did that. Yeah. It was very. Listen, you want to see some angry people? So when you go to LabCorp, you could just walk in. Or you could roll the dice and have to walk in while it's busy, and you should make an appointment. So I made an appointment. I walked into a room that had 14 people in it with no appointment, and boy, were they pissed off.
Yeah,
Well,
same as the haircut.
Yeah.
But it's like, go with the times. Like, you got to do that stuff. Remember, I told you last time, and I actually accidentally swore because that's what the guy did. I walked in, and I was about to wait. There was a guy in front of me. And the lady goes, did you check in online? And he goes, I don't do that, ass.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she goes, did you check in online? I go, yeah. And she goes, right here.
Yeah.
I was like, beat it, nerd.
Know
Yeah.
the process. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. So that was my afternoon yesterday.
Also, whenever you go to get any kind of lab work or anything like that, if you do it late in the day, they're like, all right, you're the last one. Let's go.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't know when don't you close at 5? And they're like, not if there's no customers, whatever. We close on the last one. And I'm like, all right.
They are, I would say, at the top of the group of bitchy people, the phlebotomist, the ones who take your blood, and the one that they are, and granted, I think they probably deserve to be. Because they probably deal with a lot of old people and a lot of sick people and a lot of idiots during the day.
I chat them
get
up.
it.
I always make.
Me too.
Whenever they put in the needle in and stuff, I go, "Oh, you're very good." Didn't feel that at all. That's good. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure they appreciate that because they're probably getting yelled at most of the day.
Right. That's not a vein.
Yeah. Ooh, are you new? Gio,
Yes.
I'm very excited
Good.
for New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many times will this change over the course of the next week?
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an emotional roller coaster sometimes.
Right.
But now that it's a done deal. I mean, it was a done deal, but now it's officially stamped and like we're making artwork and stuff and ordering
Right.
thing and all that. It's good.
All right.
Good. Joe,
Yes, Michael.
the switcher came.
I'm very excited about that.
I'm very excited about it. What going?
The switcher came. Joe wants to check some stuff out before you order it.
Don't
Oh,
order
my
that.
God.
No, it's
Michael,
already
don't
here.
order that
I
yet.
think that happened off air.
Too late.
Yeah.
I showed it to Joe
Hmm.
and I said, "How's this?" He goes, "That's perfect." I go, "Great."
Exactly
I
what
ordered
we
it.
need.
Yeah, and I ordered it, and then after the show, you were like, "Let me take a look at it before you order it."
Yeah.
The part where you said it was perfect.
After you said it was
I
perfect.
ordered it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear you right. I thought you said I'm going to order it.
Yeah. You're old. You got bad
Yeah.
hearing.
Well, speaking of that, my wife the other day said I answered you, and I go, I didn't hear you, and she goes, yeah, you don't hear a lot of things, and I go, oh, I'm sure that I don't hear a lot of things. Like between every day wearing headphones, running with headphones in, playing drums, all that stuff, I'm sure that I'm losing my hearing. But I said, you know what? I'm not afraid of it at all. Is getting those in-ear hearing aid things.
Oh,
I'm
the
totally fine with that.
colloquial-
Yeah.
But also,
Especially by the time you need them.
yeah. But also, I said, I think you mumble a little bit. You mumble a little bit.
Well,
You're quiet.
Mm.
it's wife speak.
Yeah,
wives
they don't
wives
project.
have a way of it's lazy mouth.
It's under the breath sometimes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But I'll be the first to tell you I have very selective hearing. I can tune you out when I need to tune you out, and I have no problem walking by you casually as you're talking and pretending I didn't hear you. I'm really good at that.
I will tell my wife sometimes whenever we're arguing or something, and she'll go into the laundry room, and I go, it's hard to hear you when you walk in the other room and you mumble under your breath.
I got invited to the inauguration yesterday.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Listener hit me up.
Oh, no.
No, listen.
Is it the one that talks to
no
Trump every day?
Oh, boy.
Or whatever her name was?
No. No, a listener hit me up. He said his brother works for the White House, and he 4 of them were going to. He's got inauguration passes, he's got inauguration ball passes, and some other event, and that one of the guys dropped out, and they thought it would be a good idea to ask me if I wanted to go with them.
Oh.
And I said, I would love that. That would be fantastic, but I'm not going up to.
I had an inauguration ball. Had to go to a teledoc for it.
Okay.
They checked it out.
They say Monday is going to be the coldest inauguration in 40 years.
Does Trump wear a jacket?
No, yeah, you have to.
100%, yeah.
It's freezing up there.
They'll all
Looks
be
so
wearing
cool
jackets.
without it, though.
Remember what was remember when the Bernie Sanders meme went crazy? And he was all
Yeah,
bubbled
yeah,
up? Was that
yeah.
from the inauguration?
I thought he was sitting. Oh, I guess they took him and put him everywhere else. I was like,
What was
wasn't
that?
he sitting in a chair in someone's driveway?
I don't think that was the inauguration.
It was something outdoors though.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he had his mittens on.
That went viral.
So now it's all these crybabies that aren't going to go. The Clintons aren't going. Michelle Obama's not going.
not?
Oh, boy.
I heard Michelle Obama's not going, but
Yeah, the Clintons aren't going, and somebody else isn't going.
the Clinton or at least Bill's got to be there.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
So the William Henry Harrison was the one who didn't wear the jacket. Remember, he wanted to look cool with wearing a jacket and stuff. They say that it was overcast, cold wind. The temperature was 48 degrees. The president-elect chose not to wear an overcoat, hat, or gloves for the ceremony. He delivered the longest inaugural address to date, running 8,445 words.
Oh my god.
Didn't he wind up dying like
Yes, I think
the
he
next
died of
week?
Pneumonia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that would have been cool to go, but
Very cool.
yeah, but I didn't want to miss work, and all of a sudden I'm scrambling to fly to DC.
If you're going to like the exclusive events,
Yeah.
it'd be cool. If you're just out there watching it, it's gonna
So here's
be
the
boring
thing.
as hell.
That was the thing. It was tickets to the inaugural ball,
Right.
which would have been cool, except I gotta imagine that anybody going to the inaugural ball has to have some sort of background check. So I didn't know how that worked, you know. And it's not like you're at the inaugural ball, go hang out with Trump. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like,
I'm sure there's certain areas where
some
people are allowed to go and others
I
are
think
not.
what it is a big party, and then he comes up on the stage at the end of the night. Like it's not like a
Right.
you know. And I don't know. That was also kind of weird. Is that these guys think they know me because they listen to the radio. I don't really know them. What if we hate each other?
Yeah.
What if they're like, this Calta guy's a dick? We thought he'd be cool because of the radio, but he's a
I
real
get it.
bore. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding, I'm
Very
kidding.
nice.
You're way more fun on the radio.
Right? I think people always expect me to be the life of the party, and I'm the most boring one. I really am. I'm going out tonight. I committed to going out tonight, and I'm second guessing every step of the way.
Are you still
You're
going
not
to
going out.
Plant City or Lakeland or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, the speakeasy. That'll be fun.
It will. A couple of things working against it, Carmen. One, Plant City.
Yes.
Not that I don't
It's
like Plant
far.
City, but it's far. And two, I'm third wheeling it tonight. So I'm going with I don't know if I should be saying
You already
what.
said it.
Who?
You already said who you're going with.
Who am I
Yeah.
going with?
Pete.
Oh yeah, but I'm third wheeling because Pete's bringing a girl.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
You
mean,
should why don't you bring a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to bring a girl
Oh.
because my girl don't want to go, and
Why doesn't Amanda want to go?
Amanda doesn't want to go. I barely want to go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Plant City.
yeah. Plus, we still have a child that has to be taken care of.
Mm.
So, how old, Carmen, until I can start letting Juliana stay home alone?
Ooh, it depends for how long. For a night trip like that.
Yeah,
but
like if we were gonna go out to dinner.
going out to dinner and coming back, I'd say 12.
Yeah, she's at the cusp of 12. She'll be 12 in a couple of days.
Yeah, 12, 13. That's about the time because you're coming back home. You're an hour away, and you have family in the area that,
Yeah.
like, if there was
Yeah.
an emergency,
Yeah.
they could get to
I
her.
got good neighbors
And
too.
neighbors, yeah, neighbors as well. Have you been doing like where I don't know if your wife and your son are somewhere and it's just you and your daughter? If you run up to Starbucks or if you do,
No.
you do any of that?
No.
It comes with you.
Yeah, I don't. And that's more me than her. I'm like, that freaks me out just to think about.
Yeah. but
Also, I
it's-
feel like she's a bad kid.
oh well,
Wait,
Yeah, like
that's-
like I'm not worried about
that's
the.
on her.
Yeah, I'm afraid of her starting fires. You know what I mean? Like she's the one. She's the bad kid. Like 'cause her and her friends seem very devious.
They all do.
Yeah, but they're probably more devious with like boys and
They're
stuff like
definitely
that.
boy crazy.
Yeah, like I would worry about boys starting fire, not
When-
girls.
when
Oh,
I-
actually, no, we used to do the hairspray thing.
Oh
as
yeah,
girls.
yeah.
That was
yeah.
always fun.
We almost lit a lot of things on fire on accident with that.
The old
So-
blowtorch.
Yeah.
So I learned if you take the Aquanet and you spray it like a blowtorch, you could do that. So then I figured if you take it and you put it, if you spray it on something and light that area would light fire.
Mhm.
Yes.
So then I was very quickly putting the fire in my hand, where I could open my hand and there'd be a fire there. Then I thought, what other liquids were flammable? Let me try nail polish remover. That was
Oh.
even better than Aquanet. Just keep in mind, I'm like 15, 14 at the time. And I did this thing. I took a cap full of nail polish remover and I went down the row, like the counter in my bedroom, and I lit it on fire and it went shoot, and it zipped all the way down. And when it zipped down to the end, it caught the curtains on fire.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Which I found out is the second time in my family that those curtains had caught on fire, probably from the same thing. Yeah, like I think all the stupid things we did, man. I don't want my kids. That's what I worry about.
Back then, you didn't have iPads and iPhones and the internet and stuff. Like when when my kids were about 12, 13, when I started letting them stay home alone,
Yeah,
they would sit and play video games or
Right.
sit on their iPad
Yeah, they're
the
not
whole time.
doing
Yeah.
anything.
No,
Joey
these
sits and
kids
play
aren't
video
doing stuff.
games. Juliana, let's see what we could do. That's how I feel.
Mm.
Let's
Yeah.
see what. Yeah, like let's see what mom has in her closet. And I have too
Oh,
many guns
yeah.
in this house to
Oh yeah.
really
Because
worry.
a lot of kids, you could probably go out for like 3 hours and come back and they go, "You were gone." Like
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
had no
They-
idea.
And when we first started doing it, we'd go where we're like, 30, 40 minutes away. So what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
And they would literally just sit there, play video games, and watch movies on their iPad.
I'm assuming your daughter has a cell phone.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
She has a cell phone. She has an iPad. She has all that stuff.
And I also had cameras all in my house too, so I could see what's
Same.
going on. And they
Same.
knew that.
By the way, I have to reach out to my camera company, which does ADT I have for my alarm and my cameras.
In
on.
case anybody wants to hack it.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, all we need is the brand. And we'll be in. There it is.
Account number 7-4.
What's his best friend's name? Pete. What is this? What's his dog's name?
Listen, my passwords are so good I forget them. I have to change my password every time I get on my Apple. I never remember
yeah.
my Apple. They make it so easy to change it because they know where it is.
I did the other day where I was like, "That's my password. I know that's my password." And I did it a million times. Then did the forget your password, and they send it back, and they're like, "Yeah, that's your password. Wrong username, idiot." And
No.
I was like, "Ah."
yeah, I'll do it too. That and Ticketmaster are the ones I change the most.
Yeah.
I have to call ADT because my cameras, I can't see some of them at night because I guess they get dirty, but I can't reach them.
Mm.
Yeah, so they had to have them see if they can come out and clean them. I guess I don't know what they do. They go up and wipe them down to tune
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
I would
probably.
imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine it's got to be a common problem because I can't climb all the way up to reach.
Are
gotta
they
have a tool or
hardwired
something.
in, or are they battery, or what?
Yeah,
are
they're
they?
hardwired in.
Hardwired in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like in the daytime, perfectly clear. I could zoom in on stuff and move the camera and all that. And then at nighttime, it's just a cloud. You can't
Dust.
see anything just because
Oh,
I think the case, the dust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So-
it the dust, or do you think maybe it's some sort of condensation thing that shows up with the night vision type thing, whatever?
I don't think that it's in a bubble, so I don't think there's any condensation. I think it's just the dust.
We got a ladder. Joe can get up there.
Yeah, I'll go up there.
I've
myself.
seen Joe get up here in the little loft.
Joe is the best
Yeah.
at climbing and storing. Joe, you don't realize how hard it is. Try to pass a 50-pound bucket to a guy who only weighs 100 pounds
Yeah,
and have him lift it up and put it over his head.
Mhm.
Up the top of the ladder is a hard spot to be in.
that's it. Very much is, Michael. But you see what I do.
I do. You're the best worker.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Mhm.
At
My
that,
pleasure.
at that, at
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, well, of course.
I would help, but I usually just try and film it in case something goes wrong.
Right,
You
yeah.
just heckle. Heckling is not helping.
You do heckle.
I do.
You make it more dangerous. You get Joe in Joe's head, and is all preoccupied as the ladder's shaking as we go up
Yeah.
there.
He's not stabilizing the ladder for me. He's
No.
not helping.
He's no help.
No.
He's no help.
I need to capture it for archives.
Oh. Okay. What, in case I fall and break a hip?
Yep.
Somebody's got to video it.
Ah.
Oh.
Does anybody go to the Gasparilla Kids Parade? Have you ever done that?
I went one time when my kids were young.
Do they like parades? Like
Yeah.
my kids don't like parades.
Yeah, they like parades when they were young, not now.
Yeah. You know, no 17 or
No.
12-year-old is going to go. Whatever, like little kids, like 5 and 6-year-old, are like, we get free stuff.
Yeah, they were like
throwing
8,
things at us.
9.
I'm so thankful that my kids have no interest in this because it seems like the worst.
It was tough to get like the traffic and everything.
Freezing, the traffic,
Yeah.
parking, and then standing there so that what? Gil Gallardo could throw a beat at your kid? How great is that?
We did it one time. Like I'll never do that again because the hassle of getting down there was too much for me to deal with.
And do they have celebrities down there in the parades?
I don't.
Or are they just like here's
Yeah, I don't even
the
remember.
ALS Society?
Yeah, here's Boy Scout Troop 32.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The best part about it was when we used to sneak in to the parade. That was the best part because we had the Hummer, and at the time, if you had an H1, you could just tell people, "Hey, I have to be over there," and they'd go, "Okay, move the cones." That was it. But I have no interest in going. The only one I would do is the night parade, the one that runs through Ybor City, and that's just because that'll be fun for us afterwards
If we're in it.
if we're in it.
Yeah.
We can get in it.
I don't want to stand in the corner and try and catch
No.
beads.
Yeah.
No, I want to throw beads.
No.
Then what do you do with your beads?
Toss them in the garbage.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my son's school, when he was really little, they collected the beads, and then they made like artwork out of it, and then they auctioned it off at the auction for the school, and then I think I paid like $4,000 for it, and it's in the back of the garage somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My son was just very much like, I want that picture, and then we got the picture, and he was like, cool, thanks, and never looked at it again.
Didn't
Yeah.
care.
Kids are dicks, man. Kids are real dicks. But anyway, back to New Orleans. I'm very excited to go to New Orleans. I feel like here's what's going to happen. We're going to work hard Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, we're done. Like Friday will be the first day where we're done at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Friday night, we should plan on going out somewhere and doing something, right? Because we're leaving Saturday.
Yeah.
What can we do?
I don't know.
I mean, it's New Orleans. I know we could just walk out into the streets and do some stuff.
I'm
but
feeling very stressed out about the entire situation
why?
because of everything. There's a lot of moving parts.
They all move together.
I have a buddy of mine that used to run it, but I don't know if he still does. He may still run I don't know. But it's a big club down there, like a big indoor club.
Right.
Razoo's, I think, or something like that.
Sounds right.
But it was funny because he worked with us, and then we didn't see him for a few years, and then we were in New Orleans, and we're like standing there, and I go, Kyle? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, what are you doing here? He goes, I run the place. He goes, come on in. It set us up completely. It was great. We were like, this is awesome.
Call Kyle. See if
Yeah.
Razoo's is open. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I went there for the Super Bowl one time, and you walk down the street, and it's like Mardi Gras, where it's just so many people that you move to one half step at a time. And I remember there was Jim Kelly was on one thing throwing out beads, and I talk about the other guy, Drew Carey was up there, and there was just a lot of celebrities that were milling about the place, just kind of hanging out for the Super Bowl.
And there's so many bars and live bands and all kind of stuff and great food.
Yeah.
Every place you walk into in New Orleans, the band is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh my God, this
Unbelievable.
band is so good.
Right.
And then you leave that bar and go down 2 more bars. You're like, oh my God, this band is so good.
Yeah,
It's
Frenchman
wild.
Street.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
where
I
all
got
the
to talk
bands
to is Joey Deeb, Templar,
Yeah.
to see, because he used to be John Goodman's. Was it John Goodman or the other guy? One of their right hand man. That one of those Belushi, Goodman, and who's the other guy?
Harry Connick.
No. They're like the Blues Brothers.
Oh, from the Blues Brothers?
Aykroyd?
Maybe it was Aykroyd. So it was Goodman that he worked with. And he was like his right hand man down there, and House of Blues and all that stuff.
Really?
So yeah, we should talk to him. And
We
see
could
what
go
he-
to the Green Ferry, Michael.
What is the
Drink
Green Ferry?
that's the Absinthe bar.
Oh,
Mm.
Right on.
have you
Bourbon.
had absinthe?
Oh yes.
Do you hallucinate, or do you just get
no,
drunk?
no. I mean, it's you might lose a couple hours.
Is it real absinthe, though? I didn't
That's
think
what
that.
they say.
Yeah, okay.
So we had a bottle of real absinthe one time, and we made the interns drink it, and I've never seen anybody act the way that they acted.
Yeah,
one of them
it's
told
different.
one of them told his girlfriend that he was engaged to her and told her that he really didn't want to get married. It was Carmen. It was pretty drastic. Yeah.
Did they end up going through with it?
No,
Good.
Yeah, and he cried and she cried and then he talked about how he was disappointed that he had a little wiener and it was he was saying things and it wasn't just drunk talk. It was like almost like he was sober and just confessing everything. It was pretty rough.
Joe and I were talking about New Orleans yesterday. I'm concerned that because we're on Central Time,
right?
So it's 5 a.m. there when it's 6 o'clock here.
Yeah,
which means
we're gonna lose an hour.
Which means you're gonna have to be, I don't know, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's gonna stink.
But
that's why I said, because I can't imagine, and we're gonna be pulling long days, so I can't imagine that at 6 o'clock when we leave there, or whatever time we leave there, that I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go out now to the Green Ferry or whatever it's called.
Right.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep, and then the next day it starts all over again up until Friday. Friday's our first night really to go out.
That hour difference is going to be interesting.
But Friday we can go home after the show, sleep after the show, and then rage Friday night.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
I'm sure by Friday night it'll be just packed down there.
And then we got the ride. Tom could drive us, and then we could sleep it off the whole Saturday on the way back.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I think Bert's thing's Friday.
Oh, really? I don't know. But the thing is that if that's a stand-up comedy show, I don't want to go to that. Do you?
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't know exactly what's going on.
If he's doing an event, the shirts and skins thing, I'd want to go hang out with Bert, but I don't necessarily want to go watch a stand-up show.
I feel like when they did it last time, it was like a competition.
They did do that.
Also, I'd like to point out, we have not been invited yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it's Lakefront Arena, UNO Lakefront. Shirts versus skins. You got Tony Hinchcliffe. You got Adam Ray. You got Nikki Glazer. It says live from the highly anticipated third iteration of Kreischer's annual event leading up to the big game. Following 4 sold-out shows in Tempe, a massive event in Las Vegas. Prepare to laugh, drink, and party for this once-in-a-lifetime comedy show. So,
all right.
I mean, I don't think it's just straight stand-up. I think they're doing a lot of stuff.
All right, I'll check with Bert and see what the deal is, and maybe we'll do that first, and then we'll go out afterwards. That'll be fun. I just cut to me sleeping that night.
Yeah,
Doing
100%.
nothing,
Yeah,
just hanging out.
I'm excited because the place that we're staying has a fire pit out back.
Oh, the last thing we need is you in a fire pit.
Oh, I'm telling you, Michael, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to sit around the fire.
No, man, this is all just stressing me out.
The best is we have an Airbnb, and it's big. It's got a lot of bedrooms, and it's like pretty cool looking on the picture. But we have no idea what the neighborhood looks like.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mike Calta said, "Are you bringing a gun? Because I don't know what I go. Yeah, I'm bringing a machine gun.
I was talking to Olivero, and he's very concerned about that.
Why?
about Mike bringing a gun?
No, not the gun. He's like, oh my gosh, dude, we're gonna get murdered. I'm like, well, I mean, it's New Orleans, man. It's not like
I know. We're not staying in the hood.
Well, I mean, most of New Orleans is like that. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I don't think that would be so bad. I'll tell you, that time I got that job offer there, and before I had kids, that seemed like a really good idea.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't do that. That would have been really cool.
I told Olivero, the alternative was the Hampton Inn at the airport.
Yeah, it wasn't even a Hampton Inn. It was like a Clark Inn. It was the worst. It did not look good at all. It looked gross.
Look good.
And we would all had to sleep in the same room together. Not all of us, but like, excuse me, 2 people per room. Carmen, were we snuggling or what are we doing?
Yeah, sure.
come on.
Let's
I'm just saying. I know you're gonna miss Chad by like day 3.
Yeah, I will. I will. But that's FaceTime and everything like that. So
What if we're in the room and we just hear Carmen?
Oh,
yeah.
FaceTime and chat.
no, I would be way more sneaky than that. You're not hearing that.
But my ears
pervert.
against the door though, so I'm trying.
You're just standing outside my room the whole time.
Trust me, if I'm under your bed, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get this show moving this morning. We got Sporkle coming up next. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away. We're going to talk to Brad Meltzer today. Brad Meltzer is a famous author who writes great books that you will actually be interested in, and he writes books for kids too, but he's got this new novel that is out today about the assassination plot to kill Kennedy. A lot of stuff is historically factual, and he's very interesting. I feel like Cody Tucker would love Brad Meltzer.
Oh, yeah,
those are 2
for
guys
sure.
that seem like they would get together good. Anyway, Brad will join us a little bit later on in the program. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. But I'm on YouTube, and we've become so jaded that we don't even care anymore. There is currently a SpaceX launch. Firefly's Blue Ghost lander is launched. Does anybody know what it's doing? Like what?
I'd
Like
imagine
we don't even care anymore when things take off.
probably more Starlink satellites.
Taking over the world.
Yeah.
It is going approximately going 5,000 miles per hour right now, and climbing, going faster.
Gonna shoot
amazing.
down the drones. No?
Excuse me, 6,000 miles an hour.
Oh.
And showing no sign of slowing down.
Is this one of the ones that the rocket part lands back on Earth?
I don't know, Gio. You're asking me science questions. I don't
No.
know nothing about it. I just happened to see on YouTube that there was a launch, and it said live. And when I clicked on it, it was actually launching, and it is currently traveling right now at 8,400. And it's slowing down, 8,300. Either it's balancing it out or it's about to make a return.
You ever
I'll
been
let
over
you know.
to Kennedy Space Center?
I have not.
It's-
I've driven by it.
You'd probably like it. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I bet I would.
Yeah.
My brother and father have been out for a launch, a space shuttle launch, which I think is pretty cool. I've been in Orlando when the space shuttle launched, so I've seen it pretty close, you know. But
I've never been there for a launch, but just overall, the Kennedy Space Center is pretty cool. You can do like the tour and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
You're saying that is flying at 6,000 miles per hour?
no, I'm saying it's flying at 8,000 miles an hour.
8,000. Do you know a normal plane is like 500 and something?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like less than 600 miles per hour for a normal plane.
this is slowing down. I mean, don't get mad at me. I may have. I'm assuming it's miles per hour. It
You sure
could
it's
be
not something
kilometers
else?
per hour per minute or something
Knots.
like that? What?
Yeah.
Not knots. I don't know. It says speed and it says 7,850 and it's fluctuating.
But
But
what does it say after it? 7,800.
Stand by, Galvin. I
Yeah.
forgot. I got new glasses.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Carmen, can
Yeah.
you see my glasses?
I see Kinsey
Let me know
Galvin
if I-
right
let me know if
now.
I look sexy.
I mean,
I like those.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't do that. Don't squint your eyes like that. But yeah.
SpaceX's Starship rocket can travel at speeds of up to 27,000 kilometers per hour,
It's kilometers per hour. So
which equates to 16,700 miles per hour.
Even
Okay.
more.
okay,
That's crazy.
it's flying pretty fast. Yeah, it's hauling ass, and we don't even care or know what it's doing. There is currently a rocket that is being launched and flying over our heads at approximately 16,000 miles an hour, and we don't even care.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, whatever.
They're launching those a couple times a month now.
I know, but I mean, it's still.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no interest in what they're doing, or
No,
you know, nobody knows.
They say there's over like 5,000 or something Starlink satellites orbiting the Earth.
Oh, and you ever see the picture of space junk of just all the satellites that are in our atmosphere just hanging out there? I'm surprised we're able to get through anything.
Not even working anymore.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
whole one just dead up there. That's why no other planet wants to mess with us. We just look like the garbage planet.
It's like a force field.
Looks like my garage up there. All right, Carmen, we got a lot of things to give away. What are those things?
We do. So we have tickets for Monster Jam,
Mm.
Supercross,
Yep.
Alice Cooper, Leonard Skinner, Reggae Rise Up, and Toto and Christopher Cross.
Chad ever asked you to talk dirty in the Monster Jam voice?
No.
Do it to me.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I watched the preview yesterday for Voltron. Was that a big thing for anybody when they were little? Voltron was big when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah. I remember having the toys when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was like 5 cat robots that all formed together to form one. But the big Voltron looks like Optimus Prime. So it was like they made one movie about Optimus Prime. I think it's gonna be a bust.
It's like a live action movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's so many movies
Is
that are
Michael
coming
Bay
out.
doing it?
I don't think so. There's so many movies coming out that we'll never know about and never see just because we don't go to the movies anymore and the distribution is so vast. There's so many different things to watch that you forget about it. You
Yeah.
get caught up. All right, Carmen, let's give that stuff away right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go.
Come on.
I blame you.
I clicked it twice. I might have to restart.
Henry Cavill in that.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Who in my opinion was the best Superman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If
Who's better?
Christopher Reeve.
But Christopher Reeve wouldn't be a good Superman now.
That is true.
He's too nerdy and too quirky.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what the new Superman is.
New Superman, I don't even understand what they're doing in this one. I watched that trailer yesterday, and it's like he's a kid, and he's got the dog.
Right, but I feel like they're trying to make it an 80s movie. Like, they're like, hey, Stranger Things was like a throwback. Let's do this and make it an 80s movie. Because that's what it really seems like.
Let's be honest, over the years, the Jonathan Kent role has really meant a lot. And Kevin Costner has done great. Now they got like some fat old bald guy.
Yeah.
That's not Jonathan Kent. And then what was the other thing about it I wouldn't point out? Oh, evidently this Superman lives in a world that already has superheroes. Like he's not the only one, because there's Green Lantern and there's Hawkeye or Hawkman or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'll watch it, but I don't get it.
What's that? This summer, I think, is coming out?
July, I think, yeah.
I'm in.
All right, Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. Today we are going to play Women Who Won Album of the Year. Can you name every woman who has received the Grammy Award for Album of the Year? I'm going to give you the year. I'm going to give you the album. You're going to give me the artist.
Got
it. Your first one, 1962. Blank at Carnegie Hall.
Joni Mitchell.
Aretha Franklin.
Etta James.
Judy Garland. 1964. The Blank album. It's their name is the Blank.
Cher.
The Betty White album.
1964.
The Diana Ross album.
The Barbara Streisand album. 1972. Tapestry.
That is Carole King.
Mike Calta. 1990. Nick of Time.
Cyndi Lauper.
Whitney Houston.
1990. Stevie
1990.
Nicks.
Nick of Time. That'd be good.
Right?
Bonnie Raitt.
1992.
1992. Unforgettable with Love.
Cole.
Yeah, I couldn't think of her name.
Mike Calta.
What is her name?
Natalie.
Natalie.
Cole.
So there was Grammy Award. What is this thing?
Album of the year.
Album of the year in the 60s, then nothing all the way until the 90s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry,
72.
ladies.
No, there was 72. Carole King, that was
All right,
72. But yes, no 80s.
The short list.
Yeah, it really is. 18. 1994. The Bodyguard. Original
Whitney
soundtrack. Mike Calta. 1996. Jagged Little Pill.
Alanis
Nice.
Morissette.
Galvin. 1997. Falling Into You.
Alicia Keys.
A little early for her.
1997.
Mariah Carey.
1997. Falling Into You. Celine Dion.
Stiffy.
No point.
Old Stiffy.
Yeah. Oh.
Statue.
Old statue lady.
And Pap, we're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He has a total of 0 points. Galvin with 1. And Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 3.
Well, I think the Rocket's coming back.
Yeah. Is the one that lands, part of it lands back.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are naming women who have received the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Your next one, 1999. The Miseducation.
Miss
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. Mike. 2003. Come Away With Me.
Katy Perry.
2003. Come Away With Me.
Alicia Keys.
No, I don't know.
Nora Jones.
That's what I meant, though. Could I get a point?
Yeah.
Nope.
They're kind of the same.
Right.
Nora Jones' great version of 1 Pound Fish.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. All day yesterday.
Acoustic.
I couldn't get away from it.
It's a great song.
2010. Fearless.
Beyonce.
Rihanna.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Alicia Keys.
Taylor Swift.
Damn it! We're in the Swizzle era.
2012. 21.
Taylor Swift.
Billie Eilish.
Oh no, I know it now.
Beyonce.
Adele.
Adele.
That's right. We just had that the other day.
Fat
Adele.
Adele.
No, no point.
Fat Adele. Da, 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 da. Fat Adele. Da, 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 da. Fat Adele. Ba, da, 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 da. That was her farting.
2016. 1989.
Taylor Swift.
Mike Calta. 2017. 25.
Taylor Swift.
Alicia Keys.
No, it's Adele.
Adele.
Adele. Da, 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 da.
Fat Adele.
Was she still Fat Adele? 25?
Yeah.
No point.
God. And Pep, we're on the last three.
She dropped off when she got skinny.
She did.
Gio's still not on the board with 0 points. Galvin with 1. And Michael is your leader. He is winning with 5.
Oh, man.
Crushing.
Okay, you guys are naming the women who have received the Grammy for Album of the Year. Last 3. Here we go. 2019, Golden Hour.
Beyonce. Golden Shower?
2019, Golden Hour.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys.
I don't know.
Did she never win?
I don't want to miss it. I don't know.
That's the big controversy. Casey Musgraves.
Oh.
I was looking for. 2020.
Billie Eilish. I was waiting for it. She won Album of the Year, Best New Artist, Song of the Year. She won like the Triple Crown thing.
Really?
Yeah. Hadn't been done since Christopher Cross.
Huh?
And your last one.
Beyonce.
2021. I just told you she never won before.
Oh, sorry.
Folklore.
Taylor Swift.
Galvin.
Beyonce never won?
She has never won
Oh, we know why.
Album of the Year, and that is the big reason why everyone has to thank her. Otherwise, she'll kill you.
That's
Yeah.
why Kanye jumped up there and yelled
Yeah.
at Taylor Swift.
He's right.
He saved Taylor Swift
Oh.
because she wasn't going to thank Beyonce, and that's part of it.
Wow.
I
How do
listen
you know she wasn't going to thank Beyonce?
because her speech, because they all have to kind of give in their a pre-written speech. So
no,
they
they
kind of
don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Okay.
You guys should keep doing that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I mean-
that's not true. They don't give in a speech for their acceptance speech.
They all have to pre-write a speech so they yeah.
Who
Okay.
told you that?
It was on one of those
TikTok videos?
No, it was like a celebrity blog thing. Yeah, and one of the celebrities said you have to pre-write a speech so they kind of have a gist of what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
No, that is completely untrue.
Okay, because you run the Grammys.
No, but if you think about it, whenever they get up there, a lot of times they're rambling and stuff.
Because they're
and
nervous.
they pull it out of their pocket.
Yeah.
And
their pre-written speech.
right, but the way you're saying it is like they put it on a teleprompter.
No.
That's what I thought. That's what you were saying.
No, no. That's not what I'm saying. They just have to pre-write a gist of what they're going to say, so they have something in mind. It's not like they have a script that they're reading off of.
And what would be the purpose of that?
To keep it moving, to keep the time, so you don't go up there and you're stumbling and bumbling people do because they're nervous.
but then they
it's-
play them off. That's the whole thing. Is they play
Wait,
them
Maybe
Carmen,
it's a production thing.
Yeah,
I'm confused. Are you saying they have to? Maybe I'm confused. I'm thinking they were saying they have to submit their.
No, that's
No.
what I just said.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
no.
just saying that they write it down before
Yeah,
they go. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying they submit it to somebody beforehand.
no, they all everyone who knows that they're in the category.
Right. They have
all
in case
have,
I win.
Right, they have the in case I win speech, and they have you know what I mean. They don't have to submit it, and it's not on a teleprompter. But they all have you know how when we write our or when the
Yeah, like a little a little notes as to who to
Right.
thank.
Right, but you can put it into a website now, and it will tell you how long your speech is, basically. So you like, and they just have like a time limit to make sure. But you know what I mean? Like they have like something prepared.
Do you want to hear when Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift?
These someday, but I never actually thought that would happen. I sing country music, so thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
What a dick.
No kidding.
And then she was just standing there like busted, didn't know what to do. Poor kid.
I was standing on stage and I was really excited because I had just won the award, and then I was really excited because Kanye West was on the stage, and then I wasn't so excited anymore.
She handled it so great. Though.
That's great. Though, that
She was
line,
like 16 or
and
something.
then I wasn't so excited anymore.
I mean, she was just standing there like, what do I do? That's so sad. What a dick he is.
Have you ever heard?
Saved her.
Have you ever heard Kevin Nealon talk about watching pornos and being a porno movie reviewer?
No.
And he goes, movie started out, I was interested, very interested, extremely interested, not as interested.
All right, what do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Coming up in news today, we have some say coldest ever. His method is punching, and I'm making some phone calls.
Some say coldest ever. Do you remember the first one, the largest inauguration ever, the biggest one? That's so weird. All right, we'll take a break. Galvin's got your news. We'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
If you go back and listen to Billy Squier and think about Led Zeppelin, he has a very Led Zeppelin sound to him.
For sure.
It's wild. Like even the drums and the guitar parts, like everything. I love Billy Squier. Billy Squier's got a lot of great songs.
I've seen Billy Squier live.
Yeah. I believe I've seen him too. I'm trying to think.
I saw Bon Jovi in Giant Stadium, and Skid Row and Billy Squier opened the show. Sam Kinison was there. Phil Collin and Joe Elliott from Def Leppard came out and played.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. But Billy Squier, that was, I mean, he just kind of, once he showed up in his pink underwear, that's pretty much when he disappeared.
My buddy Kevin, who is in radio as well, he will call different radio stations and go, I have Billy Squier on the line for an interview at 4:30. And people, they either go with it or they don't, whatever. And he had this one guy, and it was like an AM station or something.
Yeah.
And he had the audio, and it was so great. Like the guy did a really good job. He cold called this guy. He said he had Billy Squier, and the guy was like, I don't have anything prepared. I don't see this on my schedule, but give me 1 second. And then he goes, you remember from the 80s the name Billy Squier? Well, he's back, and he's got a new album. And he goes into it. It was great. It was great.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That to me, I don't know what I would do. I mean, we used to have Gene Simmons call us on the hotline every day.
Yeah.
They'd be like, I don't know what the deal was to this day, but Gene Simmons, for some reason, he'd be like, "This is Gene Simmons," and we go, "Gene, every day you call us at the end of the show." What? I think he was calling us by accident, but
It could have been Kyle Gass.
Yeah.
Or I mean, not Kyle Gass, Craig Gass.
Craig Gass, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, the inauguration is happening on Monday, and it is going to be bitterly cold for President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. Some say the coldest. They say it'll dip well below average for this time of year in the D.C. area. The weather forecast calls for a chance of snow on Sunday, followed by gusty winds and high temperatures only around 20 degrees. We're going to have a dangerously cold temperature with low wind chills, said Brian Lasora, who is a meteorologist. By late morning, temperatures will likely be from the teens to the low middle 20s for the actual air temperature.
So I can't imagine, like, if you're not, I get it, you support Trump and all that, but is there anything that would make you go out and stand out there?
No, not at all.
I mean,
No.
Listen, if I had some sort of access where I was in the first 1,000 people. I mean, because you look across that whole field and they just pile and pile and pile. It's kind of like New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Right,
You're
right.
so far away from it, but you can barely see the ball drop. And people are like, I was at the inauguration. They get very excited about that. What would make you stand outside in 20-degree weather to look at something that you can't even really see?
And that kind of weather, it's literally hard to breathe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's that
Biting cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
brutal.
I can't imagine wanting to do that for any reason. In my entire life and growing up in New York, I went to one time to Times Square for New Year's Eve, and it was in my adult life when I lived in Florida, and it's not worth it.
Do you see people wear like diapers and stuff?
Yeah, so that they
They're-
don't have to pee.
They're peeing in Gatorade bottles because
That's
they don't
right.
want to lose their spot that they got there at like
But you
noon.
can't. There's no place to go. You
Yeah.
can't get through those people.
I am a big proponent of witnessing history,
Yeah.
but that just doesn't seem like it seems like you're too far back.
Well, they're saying like I just looked it up. The distance between the Capitol building and the Lincoln Memorial, which extends the whole mall, is
Right.
2.5 miles.
Yeah.
So you could be anywhere in that 2.5
And
miles
see nothing.
and see nothing.
And be there so early that you're sitting through all the
Yeah.
other stuff.
Oh,
You know, it's
like
not like
performances.
you get there and then here's Donald Trump. No, it's this person doing poetry.
Prayers.
Yeah.
I know they do put up video screens all the way throughout the
But
mall
then just
there.
stay home and watch it on
But
TV.
yeah,
You
then
know
you're
where they have a
not-
nice video screen? Right in my family room.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and
Yeah.
it's temperature
That's just
controlled.
That seems to me like what is your purpose for doing that? To
I
be
mean,
like,
it is
I
his-
was there.
It is history.
Big deal. I mean,
Seeing a president be inaugurated, no matter who it is
But-
pretty historic.
but it's not like we can't watch it on TV. No
Yeah.
matter where you are, you'll have access to it from multiple angles in the warmth of your own home.
And you know what else is when I'm like 70 something, I can be like, I was at the inauguration.
Yeah.
People will believe me.
I mean, you can say that about any event, you know, a football game, anything. You know, I could watch it at TV.
Sometimes I do.
You know,
Donald Trump has named who as special ambassadors. There's 3 different people that he has
I
named
already
as.
saw this, and it is wonderful.
I did not see it, but I can take a guess.
Well, tell him it's special ambassador to what?
To Hollywood.
Yeah.
Special ambassadors to Hollywood. There's
Fix-
3
to
names.
fix
on it.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
No.
No.
So I think about people who have been verbally supportive of Trump.
Mel Gibson.
Yes.
Aha.
He's going to get all the blacks and Jews out of there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Hulk Hogan.
No.
No, very close, though. Another guy who's
Somebody who starred with Hulk Hogan.
Dana White.
No.
No?
Hollywood people.
Hollywood people.
John
people.
Cena.
No. Hollywood. More movies and television than sports.
Hollywood with
Stallone.
Yes.
Yes. Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and John Voight will be
John
special.
Voight's been loving Trump since
Oh,
day
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Since
For
the
sure,
first,
yeah.
first run.
will be special ambassadors to Hollywood. His goal is to bring business that's been lost to foreign countries back to the U.S.
Really, what foreign country? Canada is really all we lose. Like most of the time when we lose a movie that's shooting in L.A. and they shoot in another country, it's just Canada. He's annexing Canada.
I hope that they have Sylvester Stallone at the inauguration and he grabs the microphone and he goes, Hollywood, coming for you.
I mean, you've got Braveheart. You've got
Rocky.
Rambo or Rocky,
Rocky, yeah.
and Coach Bud Kilmer from Varsity Blues.
Yeah. or the guy who gets raped in Deliverance.
He didn't get raped, did he?
No,
Oh,
no.
no, that's right. It was Beatty.
Ned
Warren
Beatty, yeah. Not Warren Beatty.
No,
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Yeah.
Warren would have been much nicer.
Your daddy was a no talent pussy.
Coach Kilmer's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What an insulting jerk off.
I just watched that like a couple days ago. That's why I remember it.
Coach Kilmer is the reason why
Yeah.
kids killed themselves in high school.
If your dad hadn't played his heart out, I'd cut your ass right now.
So you've never seen Idiocracy, right? The Mike Judge movie?
I know. I've never seen the whole thing.
So good.
So it's funny because they pointed out this, that he's making all these different people special ambassadors and stuff. They're in Idiocracy. The one guy's like, I'm Secretary of Defense. I won a contest.
yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Our Secretary of Defense is still up for grabs. They have not approved Pete
confirmed yet,
Hegseth.
no.
Not confirmed Pete Hegseth. What's her face? Pam Bondi seems like she's in and out fine. That's no problem.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to get in.
Yeah.
They replaced Rubio with Ashley Moody.
Ashley Moody, I
Yeah.
saw that. That's interesting. I feel like my generation is now all in the highest places.
Yeah,
Like these are people that I came up with.
this is kind of the age.
Yeah, they
Late-
were all young politicians. Now they're all in the highest positions.
Late 40s to mid to early 50s.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We will be in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. As New Orleans prepares to host the Super Bowl next month, Louisiana authorities cleared the homeless encampments around the stadium on Wednesday and relocated many to a temporary warehouse facility that cost millions.
Gave them a home.
Millions of dollars to operate.
It's crazy how easy it seems to be when something comes to town.
It's wild, yeah. When what's his name, Xi Jinping went to San Francisco or whatever, they were like, "All right, clean it up. Let's go. Here we go." So the governor, Jeff Landry, framed the sweep, which the city officials say undermines their efforts to address homelessness as part of a move to secure New Orleans, especially in the aftermath of the New Year's Day attack that killed 14 people. The tough-on-crime Republican governor has talked about plans to improve Louisiana's most popular city ahead of the Super Bowl at the Superdome. That included New Louisiana State Police troop dedicated to New Orleans, removing homeless encampments and elsewhere in the city. Last week, the state Supreme Court overturned a restraining order that had barred the state police from clearing homeless encampments in New Orleans. Days after the ruling, relocation notices from the state appeared at one of the city's largest homeless encampments beneath an underpass near the Superdome. The notice warned that, quote, everyone must comply, and failure to do so may result in enforcement actions or legal proceedings.
Clean it up. I'm coming, and I don't like to see it. I want it to be nice and clean. I don't want to be bogged down by worrying about where this guy's sleeping while it's cold outside. I don't want to have people bugging me for money. Just clean it up.
I don't want Tom to pull over on the side of the road and us get stabbed for no reason.
I don't want to have Tom pull my limousine to the side of the road so I can get out and urinate in somebody's living room.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Come on now.
I want it nice and clear where I urinate.
Have you seen the guy who invented the pods that they say are to combat homelessness?
No.
They look almost like trailers that you would hook up to a car, and you can hook them up and move them, and you go inside, and it's like a little couch, like you can barely stand in there, but it's a little couch, a little cupboard, and a little sink, and you can live in there and they have heat, and they have a little heat and AC unit at the top, and they can live in there as opposed to being homeless. I think it's awesome but like in LA, when you drive down the streets in LA, it's so bad. People are all living in their cars, and there's all cars and campers and trucks just lined up in front of people's homes
and tarps and tents.
Right. This I think would be a little bit better because they would just be like little round trailers. It would actually just at least look cooler.
Who's paying for them? And
so some guy's selling them. He created them and he's selling them, but they're pretty cheap. And if you spend $3,000 to buy this thing as opposed to so what I'm saying?
Like cities would buy them for their homeless?
Cities or charities would buy them, and then they'd allow. So if it's somebody who actually has a job or is trying to get on their feet, they could live in this thing and go to work every day and come home, and their stuff won't be stolen.
And they just park them on the side of the road?
I guess. That's the problem that I have is like, that's a great idea. As a guy who owns a charity, will buy a couple of these and give them out, but where are they putting them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like where...
And I feel like you're definitely going to get murdered, and they're just going to take over your trailer.
Well, that might be true too.
Because even like normal, I have a tarp or a tent or whatever, they're going in and stealing your stuff.
Yeah,
other homeless people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the biggest problems that they have. This thing was built so that it had storage and it had lockable storage.
You ever see a documentary where there's a whole underground city under Las Vegas?
Yeah. It's amazing,
and they have everything down there. Like
they have
internet and everything.
They have computers. Internet.
They did Real Sports, and one of the guys who plays for the Raiders was out there and helping people because I guess he grew up homeless, and he went down there, and there was a guy down there, and he had a computer and had all kind of stuff. And, but I think he was like a heroin addict, and he was talking to him, and he was like, "Do you want help? I'll help you. If you want help and you come with me today, I'll help you." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I do." And so they went out into the sun, and,
there was one guy living in like this hole.
I saw that.
And they filled the hole.
Yeah.
They came back and they
with
filled
him?
Well, no, he when he left and they came back and they told him, they warned him several times, "You can't stay here, you can't stay here." So eventually they filled the entire hole, which was like his home for like 10 years.
That was my hole.
I saw one where a guy lived in the hole, and a reporter went there and was trying to become friends with him.
Yeah.
And what the guy would do is he'd go cherry picking at people's garbages every day. And then, so he got enough of a computer to build a computer down in his little hole.
Yeah.
Because they take the electric from the city, they take the Wi-Fi from the city, and he had a computer that he built, but it was missing like one piece. So the guy went to Radio Shack, bought the piece, and used that to kind of, hey, if I can come down in your hole and see your place, I got this thing. And he went in there.
That might be the guy they filled it in.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Because he literally was in a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember him having electricity, which he was stealing,
Yeah.
and computer Wi-Fi, which he was also stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was no luxury, but it was no luxury palace, but he had a place to stay, you know?
Carmen, could you imagine just a bunch of random guys coming and filling your hole?
No. Which one?
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
The big one.
All right.
The one that has the computer in it. So nobody won the $303 million Powerball jackpot
What?
on Wednesday drawing, but the next Powerball drawing is going to be happening Saturday of $331 million. But there was a winner in the Florida Lotto jackpot. A Florida Lotto ticket was sold in Destin, Florida.
Oh, man.
And is worth an estimated $43 million.
Big Jim Galvin make a purchase?
I have called my brother. I've called Kevin so far.
What about your dad?
No one's answering.
I haven't talked to my dad yet.
Your
I got to
dad's-
call him today.
Your dad's going to send you a postcard from Haiti.
Yeah.
Or Tahiti, not Haiti. I don't think he'd go there.
It was a quick pick free ticket. So like whenever you do the thing, it was the extra thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's $43 million.
Sometimes they'll tell you the exact location it was sold. too.
Yeah. So they say Destin, Florida. So I'm talking to some people up there. I texted my buddy Kevin and I sent him the article and I said, we've always been such good friends. And he just wrote back Control-Alt-Delete. And I went, oh, come on.
Hello, friend.
That's not cool. So there is.
Is it weird to you as it is to me to think about Galvin having friends outside the show?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then do you wonder what Galvin says to that guy about us?
No, I don't think so.
I do.
Why is that weird? I don't understand why.
Galvin's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'd say the same thing he'd say to our face.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
think I wonder what he says. Like I want to secretly listen to a conversation. I don't like it, Galvin. I'm very protective.
You can
Wait.
listen.
You're surprised Galvin has any friends, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, the guy's the meanest guy I know.
We're friends.
Yeah.
And
Who would you say is the tightest relationship on the show?
tightest relationship on the show?
Like it used to be Spanish and Carmen, I think, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Tight.
I know what I think it is. But what do you think? Carmen, what do you think?
I would think either you and Galvin or you and Gio.
See, I don't think that. Not that we're not all tight, but
What I think you're gonna say, Gio and Joe now.
no.
No, I never hang out with Joe. I would never hang out with Joe.
You and Joe?
You should hear. I would say
Like-
me and Joe, only because I've known Joe so long. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
agree
But
with that, Michael.
yeah.
So
but-
by default, not because of your personality or anything, Joe.
All right.
And he's voluntold to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
All right.
Joe, do you feel voluntold to
No,
do
I
stuff?
do
Thank
not.
you very much.
You're the little helper. That's why.
All right.
You're not. I mean,
Disparage
you are a
it
little.
all you want, Gio.
I'm your big helper, Joe.
I know.
If you needed help,
What do you
I'd
help
do
with?
whatever you want.
Michael hands me boxes and I
Garbage
put 'em up
bitch.
You take it
We're a
back.
team. We're a team.
Garbage bin.
Yeah.
Mike puts his trash by the door, and then you take it out.
All right. Thank you, Michael.
I have
appreciate
a
that.
lot of friends that take out my trash.
You do?
Listen, you guys really know how to take a good thing and turn it around, man.
Oh, trust me, Michael. Yes, they do.
Don't listen to them,
I
Joe.
don't listen to them.
By good thing, do you mean tricking an old man to take your trash out?
Can I tell you the best thing that Joe has done to help me lately?
Hmm.
He's been able to go in Ralphie's little house and check on him for me.
Yeah.
I can't get the heater. I'm too big to get in that little hole, and Joe goes in the little hole, takes a look around.
Every day.
I feel like we're gonna pull up next week, and there's gonna be a little pod out front for Joe to live in
Oh,
and
Joe,
lock
yeah.
his
that'd be
stuff.
fantastic.
When you were in Destin, did Kevin take your trash out a lot?
Yeah, all the time. That was actually how we met.
That's why you guys are such good friends.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember I was like, hey, trash guy, you want to go see a concert?
You know.
Oh, is that the one from yesterday? That's not the one we're watching now. A SpaceX rocket exploded during test flight, and it stalled air traffic control in Australia.
Yeah.
But I thought they were because we were just watching that rocket that went off now. I thought, oh my god, did it blow up? And we didn't see it.
I saw the Challenger explode.
You did?
I did. I watched
From
it.
here?
Yeah, I was on the Howard Franklin, and if you're driving towards Tampa from the Howard Franklin, Cape Canaveral is directly ahead. I thought it was like a road flare.
I was
Oh,
actually
that's
at
crazy.
Cape Canaveral. Our school did a not a vacation, but like
Field
a
trip?
Trip.
field trip thing, and so we were there.
For the
Challenger. Yeah.
Are you
For
serious?
real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, see, you believe me though. I
No,
could be at the inauguration.
I felt like we would have heard that. We're all like, what?
In your face. That's
I
why
feel
we're
like you
not
would have
friends.
told that story before.
I know one of the teachers at my high school, Gulf High School. She was in line. She was like next in line to be the teacher that went up. Yeah,
Sally Ride.
yeah, that was always the big story.
That was not Sally Ride.
No, Sally Ride was the different
I don't
one.
believe anything you say now.
I forget
Krista
the teacher.
McAuliffe was the teacher.
Yeah, but I believe we did watch it in school. I'm pretty sure we watched
Oh, we all
it.
watched
Yeah.
it in school, sure.
An Ethiopian restaurant near Atlanta is distancing itself from a flyer commemorating the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Why? Why would
Yeah,
you do that?
doesn't
Why would
sound
you
right.
distance
Yeah.
yourself from that? They say they did not approve the flyer, which shows a digitally altered image of MLK and Rosa Parks in a highly sexualized vibe.
Wait, why?
Yeah, it's not great. I am sending it to
This is
your
how we do.
I'm sending it to the group chat there. Joe has it on the computer. It was apparently created by someone else to promote an event that they're hosting there, but they didn't approve it or anything. And it is MLK behind Rosa Parks.
Oh my
and she's,
gosh.
Yeah. And she's got she's backing the bus up, if you know what I mean.
Why would someone do that?
I'm sorry. Does that say scared of the puss?
Yep. Well,
Is that what that says?
There's a Y at the end, but yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
How you like that?
Hey,
I
ladies
don't.
free till 10:30 though.
I mean, you can't pass that
Yeah,
up.
I mean, come on,
Oh, he's scared of the.
Wait, no.
man. AI is something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not AI. That looks like third grade Photoshop.
Napkins Wars Edition. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that
Reloaded.
is either.
It's gonna be happening. There's free parking, full bar, food, hookah available.
Oh.
And Martin Luther King mounting Rosa Parks from
Yeah.
behind. That's interesting.
That is wild. So yeah,
Reloaded too.
yeah, she looks like she's being reloaded. How about this? This sounds actually at first you're like, but then it sounds like it would be good. Progresso is selling cough drops that taste like chicken noodle soup.
All right.
I like it, right? They immediately sold out online when they announced them, but they're selling 2 more batches next Thursday and the Thursday after that.
That sounds kind of gross to me.
It does sound
Yeah.
kind of gross, but then I'm like, I would
Like it's
actually
like
kinda
sucking on a bouillon cube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh, no, I don't like it.
I'm sure it's not as powerful though. You know, it probably just has a little bit of, oh, that's good.
Honey and lemon. They have it. They did
Yeah.
it. They perfected it.
Right.
Just stop.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I don't like lemon. I don't like lemon.
What?
No, I don't like lemon.
Love lemon.
Nah, that's no good. I don't like it. Today is Customer Service Day. Anybody deal with customer service lately?
I will tell you, out of all of my customer service calls that I've made in the past 10 years, nobody is as good as GoDaddy. GoDaddy, the online domain service, I have had to call them a couple of times because, you know, I own a bunch of different domains, but sometimes they're under personal, sometimes they're under business, and my son owns a couple, and my wife has some for her business, and I had to bring them all together, and they couldn't have been nicer and American and English speaking, and it was just a whole easy experience. I just made a note that GoDaddy was so easy. I will tell you, airlines stink.
Oh.
Airlines can't find anything. We have your name and your frequent flyer number. I'm like, yeah, I have a credit for them. Like, we don't see that. It should be in your email. Well, if I have it in my email, you should have it in your computer.
I'll tell you who else is pretty good, and actually their chat is pretty easy. Frontier.
Their airline stinks.
But the you know, the internet, sometimes your Wi-Fi's down or something's going on, whatever, and they go, all right, do this, do that. All right, we're sending the signal, blah blah, and it's back up, and they're pretty good about it. Usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Many times I've had. Well, here are a few tips. Next time you're making some sort of interaction with customer service rep, resist the urge to DM. They say it can get lost in the shuffle, so calling or sending an email has a much better chance of being seen and responded to.
My wife is only 6 years younger than me, and we are at a different level of planning. She's like, I'm trying to get this restaurant to get. I go, why don't you call them? Yeah, but I know it says online that to get it. Why don't you call them?
Mm-hmm.
Because it says here that okay, well then stop complaining about it to me. If you wanted to know how to do it right, call them up.
Yeah,
that just is the easiest way to do things.
Because especially now, if you're chatting with someone, it's a bot.
Oh, for sure.
It's some sort of
Yeah,
AI thing, whatever. And then I understand your problem, blah, 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 this and that. And if
sorry.
Yeah, so it's usually just better to call them. You're right. Come prepared before sending an email or picking up the phone. Have as much information lined up as possible, like your order number if you bought it online or anything like that. So have that stuff so you're not like, I don't know. And then they're going to be like, all right, well, why don't you call back when you have a clue? Try your best to stay calm. Don't go in hot.
Of course.
Things can get heated on customer service calls when it doesn't go your way, but losing your cool just creates more stress and doesn't help.
Then you got to consider the person on the other line.
Sure, they're dealing with that all day long.
And they're not. You're not yelling at them.
Yeah.
What do they do? Except when you call up and they're like, I can help you. That's when you right away you know it's not gonna be good.
Be nice. It's the most important thing on the list. There's a secret code to getting someone to do something you want. It starts with just being nice to them.
Yeah. You know what I do, and it's very old man sounding, but I do it all the time. Hi, thank you for calling. Whatever. This is Dorothy. How may I help you? Hi, Dorothy. I always say their name. I always
100%.
Yep.
And Dorothy, I think you're the person that can help me. I like to do that. What?
No,
people love that. People love that because
I know.
you're putting the onus on them, and then they kind of feel committed to it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good negotiating skill. Yeah. I do that all the time. If you live in an apartment, listen to me right now. If you live in an apartment, go and make friends with the people that are at the front desk area or whatever, where you have to turn in your rent or you have to do anything like that. I would go and talk to them. I'd bring them donuts. I would do all kind of stuff, and I would do that all the time. I would be like, Sarah, I think you're the person that can help me. And then
They want to be the person.
They want to be the person. Yeah, it definitely helps for sure. Homeowners association, same thing. If you can talk to people with your homeowners association, if you make friends with them,
because they rule everything.
Yeah, that's good. If you want that gold frog out front of your house, you got to talk to somebody. Some sad news: Bob Uecker, who parlayed a forgettable playing career into a punchline for a movie and TV appearances as Mr. Baseball and Hall of Fame broadcasting tenure, has died. He was 90 years old. The Milwaukee Brewers, whose games Uecker had broadcast for over half a century, announced his death yesterday morning while calling it one of the most difficult days in Milwaukee Brewers history.
Well, he was 90. And when's the last time you heard from Uecker?
Yeah. In a statement released by the club, Uecker's family said he had been battling small cell lung cancer since 2023. Uecker was best known for his broadcast career, his sense of humor, and his self-deprecating style, which earned him fame and affection beyond his 200 batting average. He used to always joke about how bad of a...
He was a mediocre baseball player. The best is a couple of things about Uecker. Uecker wrote a book called Catcher in the Rye, not the classic book. He wrote a different one, and it was one of the funniest books
because he was a catcher and he drank a lot.
It was one of the best, funniest books I've ever read in my life. And I saw a video yesterday with Al Michaels talking about him. Al Michaels said, "This is how far things have come." Al Michaels was calling a baseball game with Bob Uecker and Howard Cosell. Can you imagine that? Like, why would you need three people to call that baseball game? But anyway, he said Cosell didn't like Uecker and just didn't like his approach. And Uecker thought Cosell really didn't know anything about baseball. And he said something, and he said, "That means you would be truculent." And he goes, "You do know what that means, don't you, Bob?" And Bob said, "Yeah, if you had a truck and I borrowed it, that would be the truculent."
Yeah. Norm Macdonald, I remember talking about Bob Uecker, that him and Artie Lang got to go and sit in the booth whenever he was calling one of the things. And he said that he would just flip the toggle switch to on air, off air, and be saying the dirtiest stuff off air and then flip it back on and going back and forth. And he goes, he had been doing it for so long that it was just seamless. Like nobody had any idea if you weren't sitting in the booth with him, the stuff that terrible stuff that he was saying, and then he'd be like, "High fly ball," just do that. That's hilarious. And then Joe, I think this one's gonna hit you. Director David Lynch has died, with movies such as Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, Mulholland Drive, as well as groundbreaking television series that he co-created, Twin Peaks. Lynch's family shared the news of his death on Thursday in a Facebook post. He announced in 2024 that he would no longer leave his home after he was diagnosed with emphysema from a lifetime of smoking, and he had concerns about catching COVID-19.
78. That's pretty young.
78,
these days.
Yeah, it is.
Weird hair.
Fantastic
That's the
hair.
average.
Fantastic hair.
Weird hair.
But he had a nice
It was a
full
lot of it.
bush of it.
Yeah, but it was weird because it was all like up top and kind of.
Yeah.
His movies are weird.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen any of his movies.
Oh, Wild at Heart's great.
Which one's Wild at Heart?
It's the chick is driving a GTO or
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
Nick Cage. No.
But it looks like Nick Cage.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Jeff Daniels, and she.
Oh.
He's a.
That's the one that they filmed in Staten Island. And my house is in that.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was the name of that. That was a debut of Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ray Liotta plays the crazy boyfriend at the end.
Yes.
Yes, that was a great movie.
Great movie.
And but I'm trying to
Naked
think.
Lunch.
Mulholland Drive was the one with Nick Nolte and a bunch of those guys.
I would go so far as to say, other than Wild at Heart, I have never seen any of David Lynch's works except Twin Peaks. Like I know all the movies. I know Mulholland Drive. I know.
No, Wild at
Velvet.
Heart is Nick Cage. That's a different one. You're thinking of another one. Nick Cage and Laura Dern is Wild at Heart, and that's David Lynch. It's what was the other movie that we're thinking of? Melanie Griffith. And
you ruined everything for me, Joe.
All right, sorry.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Something Wild is what
Something Wild. That's
Something Wild.
much better
and that's
movie,
Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
And that is Jonathan Demme. That's a different director.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. So
See that one.
Wild at Heart is the one that I thought.
So
Nick
I've
Cage.
seen nothing by David Lynch.
No.
Okay.
I don't think
No
so.
Naked Lunch.
No Naked Lunch.
That's there's like he goes to lunch with some weird creature.
I don't believe anything.
Is
you
he
say
naked
anymore.
when he goes to lunch?
No.
I don't believe you.
All right.
Twin Peaks. I remember when that came out. That was something else, man. People were blown away by it. People were. It was so weird. And
You know what's so
Laura
funny
and-
is I'm wrong on that one too. Mulholland Drive is not Nick Nolte. That's a different thing.
Yeah, we don't know anything about David Lynch.
No.
In fact, the world might be a better place without him.
No.
Yeah, probably.
He seems like a drag.
Not a drag. He's got great hair.
Rapper and actor and Staten Island resident Method Man, a member of the legendary hip hop collective Wu-Tang Clan, was allegedly involved in an assault on a family friend at a Crunch Fitness gym on Staten Island.
Doesn't sound like something Method Man would do.
Method Man, who is 53, allegedly punched Patrick Sequoia, who is 28 years old, in the face 7 times with a closed fist, according to sources. The alleged assault was the result of a relationship that Sequoia had with the rapper's daughter more than a decade ago.
Oh, wow.
Well, when I see
Yeah,
you.
well, he's working out. He's like, Method Man, I tapped your daughter.
Oh.
I tapped your daughter.
Oh.
He's just
That's
messing
not
with
good.
him now. He's just messing
Or
with him.
Method Man 10 years ago was like, next time I see you, I'm going to
Yeah.
punch you in the
Yeah,
face
that's
7
true.
times with a closed fist. There is the lineup for the January 30th Fire Aid concert includes Billie Eilish, Green Day, Gwen Stefani, Jelly Roll, Katy Perry.
Oh, Jelly Roll. How rare.
Yeah, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Pink. Hope she doesn't swing over the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Sting,
Fat Pink.
Stevie Nicks, and for the Fire Aid concert, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary.
There will also be a live telethon streaming on multiple YouTube and Twitch channels, which will happen on January 24th. But the Fire Aid concert is January 30th.
They will raise a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah.
But do you think there's going to be a portion of middle America that is like, screw those rich people?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, screw those celebrities. They'll still raise a bunch of money and it'll be great, but it'll mostly be them raising money for each other.
I'm sure. And also, the crazy thing about it is whenever you think about this, like I was listening to Rogan brought this up the other day, that do you remember whenever the government overpaid $6 billion to Ukraine?
Yes.
They were like, oh, we gave them, $100 billion, whatever, but we gave them $6 billion more than we had planned to, whatever. That $6 billion would basically fix all of Hawaii.
Yeah.
And Hawaii still has all that problem. And then California, and now they're doing all this stuff for California. Like, people have to be so mad.
Oh,
living
yeah.
in different places.
That's why I wonder if half the country's just going to be like, I'm not taking care of those rich celebrities.
Oh, I would imagine a lot of people are like, there's no way I'm giving money to somebody who lost their $8 million home.
And North Carolina is still doesn't have all the resources they need.
Yeah, there's plenty of places.
Yeah.
People are still living in tents.
Yep.
Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag have no money. That's what I learned from these fires. They're
Well,
poor.
Yeah, but he did have a good line for everybody because he's always like, it's so funny. Everyone gets on my Instagram and TikTok and they're like, you're not a celebrity, you're a has-been, but my house burns down and I ask for help and everyone's like, you're a rich celebrity. Why don't you just pay for it? He's like, so what is it, guys? Like,
yeah.
But all of her, did you see like all of her old music from the early 2000s have hit like #1 in a bunch of other countries? So they're like,
is that what it is? I see them pushing her music, but I didn't know where that came from.
It's funny when you talked about her doing her music on the OnlyFans and stuff. It came up as an ad on my Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that she has an OnlyFans and it's a song, and I don't know whether it's a new song or old song now. So
you want to hear her song?
I mean, of course I do.
This is their most famous song called "I'll Do It." Jesus.
I bet it's just her singing with no processing or anything on her vocals. Conan O'Brien will receive the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor on March 23rd. He said, quote, I am honored to be the first winner of the Mark Twain Prize, recognized not for humor, but for my work as a riverboat pilot.
That's funny.
Yeah. I got to tell you.
Remember we had a fight with Conan?
Oh, yeah.
We had a huge fight with Conan O'Brien. You weren't here for that.
No.
Do you know about that?
No.
Conan was the World Series? Or no, or the
it's hockey. Yeah,
hockey where the Bruins lost to the Lightning.
Oh, I do remember this.
And Conan trashed Tampa, so we went after Conan and we gave out the numbers to all the offices inside his building, and then it was a huge fight with them, and then they Conan had to get on the air and apologize to Tampa the next day.
Yeah,
and they even said in a radio station gave out our publicist's phone number. His cell phone number.
He had to change his phone number.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, it was good. And he tweeted out because he was like, "Please stop."
Yeah,
that was so good. By the way, speaking of the Mark Twain Prize, one of the funniest things was when Dave Chappelle won it, and I think I talked about this before. Michael Che and the other guy that's been on Saturday Night Live, the black dude that's been on there forever.
Oh, Chris Rock.
No.
Kenan Thompson.
Kenan
Thompson. They were out there, and Colin Jost. So those three are out there, and they, telling great stories about Dave Chappelle and this, and how much he meant to this guy, and then this guy, and then Colin Jost goes, and I'm here for Mark Twain. It was so good, like so white and so perfect. It was hilarious.
Have you watched the Colin Jost Jeopardy, the pop culture Jeopardy?
No, I saw.
I bet I'd be great at that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be too easy. It's kind of like when I do the crossword puzzle in the TV Guide. I'm like, oh, I'm really good at this.
Right. Yeah.
And I try to do a real crossword puzzle, and I'm like, I'm stupid.
I remember when Mark McGrath did the Rock and Roll Jeopardy, and that was so easy. So easy. It was crazy. Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson is not interested in a reunion, even though he jams with Geddy Lee every week. He said he doesn't want to do a Rush reunion. He said he'd rather their legacy with Neil Peart be remembered than become a top Rush tribute band.
Yeah, but, all right, I guess. So that's it. They're done.
I mean, I guess. But do you know how many people, I'm pointing over to Gio, would be like, not my Rush if they came out with a different drummer?
I know. No, I don't think they should create new music or whatever, but it would be nice to go on tour and have, or do one show where you kind of like they did with that Foo Fighters thing for the guy who did
Taylor Hawkins,
have a bunch of different drummers play.
It'd be great to do that. I mean, they did come out because those guys came out for it. Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee came out for Taylor Hawkins thing, and Danny Carey from Tool played with them. I think Dave Grohl played with them. Maybe Chad Smith from Chili Peppers. Yeah, so it was cool to see them up there jamming and doing it.
Like that sort of stuff would be cool to do. I'm not saying they need to go on a new album or anything like that.
Right, yeah. So, well, who knows? They say, I'm not going to do this, and then next week they're doing it.
True.
Finally, new research came up with a list of top dream jobs worldwide. Okay, so don't just think about America, think worldwide. They did it by looking into targeted online search results for stuff like how to be or how to become one of the things. In the end, the top dream job across the entire world was what? What do you think? Top dream job. If I could be anything, I'd want to be
an actor.
An actor. No.
Professional athlete.
Professional athlete, no. Actor comes in at number 9 on this list, though. I have the top 20, so it's a little hard to look through all of it.
President.
YouTuber.
YouTuber Carmen comes in at 13.
Influencer.
What did you say? Athlete?
Athlete.
Yeah, athlete surprisingly not on there.
Really?
Which you would think would definitely be on
Too
there,
much
but
work.
I do not see that on there.
What about president?
President is not on there either.
Astronaut.
I'd rather be a YouTuber than the president.
Yeah, it seems much easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could be anything in the world, I would be I don't know.
So I'll start at the bottom. Number 20 is a paramedic.
What?
Yeah.
You can do that, you know.
Well, worldwide. 19 is a psychiatrist. 18, real estate agent.
Oh, brother.
17, flight attendant. But you got to think of the people who are like, how do I become a, you know what I mean? So it's searches like that.
Oh, and
so it's
not dream jobs.
Right. They say dream job, but it's for what people are searching for. 17 is flight attendant. 16 is firefighter. 15 is psychologist. Number 14 is dietitian. Carmen, you got YouTuber at 13.
Oh, man, you said dietitian and then Carmen. I thought you were
No.
going to make
Come on.
I need one of those.
Number 12 is professor. Number 11, doctor. Now we're in the top 10. So far, Mike got actor, which was number 9. What do you think? Top 10.
Teacher.
Teacher. Not in there.
Rock star, musician.
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Not in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Day trader.
No. Number 10 is judge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number 9, actor, like Mike said. Number 8, prosecutor.
I would enjoy being a TV judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, TV.
You might be able to.
That would be the thing. Because I like Judge Judy, and I like when she yells at the people on it. Because I get frustrated, and she goes, "What are you, stupid?" And I go, "Yeah, that's what I would say if I was a judge."
Who started it all, though? The original.
Judge Wapner.
Wapner,
But
maybe.
Wapner didn't have the charisma that Judge
No,
Judy
not at all.
has.
He was just angry.
Yeah.
Is
He was
Judge-
just he was just judge.
Yeah.
She had the hair, and I like the other guy too, the Mathis. He's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Because Mathis, you could tell is dirty. When you get a hot girl on there, he's like on her side right out of the gate.
Is Judge Joe Brown still around, or is
No.
that no?
I think he's dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
that was-
Steve Harvey's been doing it. All of a sudden, he's a judge.
Yep.
You just become a judge for some reason.
Miss Pat was a judge.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Speaking of,
Mm.
did anybody watch the Hollywood Squares last night?
No.
Yeah. I have to tell you, the jokes. You know, Hollywood Squares has fake jokes.
Right.
You know, they already
yeah,
are pre-written.
Right.
They were actually very funny.
Yeah.
Because you have Whitney Cummings, Jeff Ross, Triumph the Insult Dog, Miss Pat, the guy with the mustache from the Super Troopers, not Super Troopers, but the Reno 911. What's that guy's name?
The guy with the mustache.
You know, they got the little pencil mustache. It's from the Reno 911.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
famous actor.
Thomas Lennon.
Yes. And Julie Bowen was on, and Drew Barrymore is the center square, and then they had somebody else. So it actually was like a good group of funny people. The funniest line was he said something, and Jeff Ross goes, "Can't you just attract people with that mustache, or can't you driving people away with that mustache that you have?" And Thomas Lennon goes, "Some people find this mustache very attractive and consider me a figure of authority." And Whitney Cummings goes, "Yes, a lot of people in the 30s."
Is he the host? Or
No, he's just one of the squares.
Who's the host?
The host is Nate Burleson, who I think was a football player and is now on Good Morning America.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he is the host. Not the host wasn't great. Jeff Ross kind of stunk, but Miss Pat was funny. Whitney Cummings was funny. So, but I'll never watch it again. Like I couldn't change it fast enough.
Number 7 for dream job, midwife. That's weird. Number 6 is physical therapist. Number 5 is a nurse. Number 4, pharmacist. Number 3, police
I
officer.
feel like you people should set your goals a lot higher.
Number 2 is attorney. And they say number 1 dream job. They did it by targeting online searches. How to be a
Podcast.
number 1. No, not podcaster.
How to be a doctor.
Nope.
I don't know.
Business owner.
No.
Politician.
American business. No, not politician.
Team mother for a high school football team.
Number 1, pilot.
Oh.
Eh.
I have no interest in that.
Pilot sounds fun.
Will you do me a favor? Go down from 1 to 10 again, and I want to see if I can actually think of me doing any of those jobs.
Number 1,
Definitely
pilot.
not a pilot. I don't like to fly. It's very tight in that space. Pilot, no.
Number 2, attorney.
I mean,
Argue.
I could argue. I can do that, but I think it's a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of preparation. I don't feel like I have that in me.
Number 3, no way. Police officer.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing anybody. All you have to do is run from me, and I go, oh, they got away. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
You've shot 4 people in the back. We're going to have to let you go. Number 4.
I'm every cop in those audit videos. I'm every follow-up cop that got suspended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, after this video hit air, those cops all lost their jobs. That'd be me.
And
You're Seth Rogen from Superbad, where you just go, he's the fastest kid in the world.
I just smack those. The first auditor who refuses to give me their license, I just smack him in the face.
Number 4, pharmacist.
No.
No?
No, because
That's a good job.
I'd be selling the hard to get drug, the oxycodones on the side.
Hot girls coming in.
I have to call in another order of I don't know, the delivery came in, the oxys were missing again.
Yeah.
counting pills all day.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Number 5, nurse.
No. My mom was a nurse. She had to clean up people's poop.
Yeah.
She literally had to wipe people's asses.
Number 6, physical therapist.
No. I don't care about anybody.
Number 7, midwife.
Yeah, I like to see a lot of vaginas.
All right.
Not in that
Jeez.
way though.
Yeah.
But I mean, at first I'd be like, "Oh, look at that," and then I go, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
you know.
Number 8, prosecutor, which we already said lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of,
And also, I'd be more on the lawyer side of getting people off than sending them to jail.
here we go. Number 9, actor.
That I would love to do.
Right.
I'm a terrible actor. I'm admittedly a terrible actor. I don't have the look for it. I don't have anything. The only hope I have of ever acting is if I look so much like my casting call, if they just call for a fat old uncle.
But there's not true. There's tons of people on TV that look like you.
Right. But I'm saying I don't have any acting skills, Carmen. I've tried to do it. I'm just terrible at it.
Right. So it's the skill, not the look.
A little of both.
No.
A little, but like I don't have any. There's nothing about me that goes, that guy should be in the movies.
And I don't feel like you try enough because, like, if you really wanted to, I feel like you could. Just like how you say, like, oh, I would be awesome on Jeopardy, but I wouldn't want to go embarrass myself. Like,
Carmen,
you could get on Jeopardy.
I watch Jeopardy. Jeopardy's doing this thing right now. It's second chance Jeopardy. It's guys who scored pretty well but didn't win, so they brought him back.
Right.
And I watched the other night. This guy was the dumbest guy I'd ever seen in my life. They have 3 people on there. So if you're answering the $200 question, it's a pretty easy question. If you're down in the $800 to $1,000, it's going to be a harder question. That's how it goes. So these 2 guys had $7,000 each, and this other guy had negative $240. Okay, and they show a picture of a bird, and they go, "This bird, blah 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 blah, it was a red bird," and neither one of the smart guys answered, and then the dumb guy clicks in, "Is that a cardinal?" And I'm like, if it was a cardinal for an $800 question, the 2 guys to your right would have said that.
Yeah.
Like, is that a cardinal? And Ken was like, "No."
So you're
it's
worried
not.
that you'll be that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but at home, you're the smartest guy in the room.
No, because there are days, Carmen, where I'm great at it, and then there's days where I can't answer any of them.
Yeah.
I would love red bird.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you have to, yep.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is...
Spend. This hour's keyword is spend.
Spend.
S-P-E-N-D. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter spend before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours.
Go get your money.
Go spend it all in one place.
Carmen, I've done a couple auditions on tape,
Yeah.
and they're just horrendous. Like, I have sent some in where they write back and they say, well, that was really good. You know, we'll look at that. And then I've sent some in where they just completely ignored it. But I did one a couple of months ago that I did not want to do. And the entire time I was doing it, I just felt like so subconscious and miserable about it. It was just terrible. Yeah. I don't think, like, even if Bert called me and said, I'm making a movie, I want to put you and Bobby Kelly in it, I'd be like, okay, if we're playing anything other than me and Bobby Kelly, I don't know how that would go down. Like, I just don't feel like I have it.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff you could easily pull off. I think you're underestimating. There's a lot of people that
I think I'm just being honest. I as opposed to trying to be like, oh, I could do it. I really feel like I'd be terrible.
But I think a lot of actors also have like formal acting training.
Sure, yeah.
Like not everybody.
And even people that are not actors that are going to be in movies, they usually get them an acting coach.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, you got to learn how to do this stuff.
I don't think many people are just like walking off the street. Now I'm an actor now.
Right. Yeah. By the way, to finish this up, the dream job thing, it's funny because that was worldwide for all the different stuff. But in Canada, Australia, and India, the number one dream job is DJ.
Really?
Yeah. In Mexico and virtually everywhere in Central and South America, it's attorney to be an attorney. In England and Scotland, number one dream job, YouTuber.
Yeah. I'd like to be a YouTuber too.
Sure.
I'd like to be the guy who just YouTube. I'd like to go live every time I poop, and a million people watch it. You don't get to see anything. You just get to stare at my uninterested face.
Do it.
How about this? In Bulgaria,
What is that?
Hello?
Was that you?
That wasn't over here. No.
That was weird. Current Galvin does not believe it.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, my phone is on silent. The computer's off. I figured it was one of your phones or your Alexa.
No, that was weird.
That
No,
you?
definitely not me.
Oh, Joe.
I don't think Joe has the power to broadcast anything.
You don't know what he does over here. He's
That's
pouring
true.
chocolate milk in there, and
That's
all of a
true.
sudden it's reversing the audio.
Yeah.
In Bulgaria, number one dream job is what? What do you think
To
of
not be
Bulgaria?
in Bulgaria.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not a job, though.
Sheep herder.
Sheep herder?
Bulgaria.
I'm
we
telling
like
you,
to
they're not shooting high in Bulgaria.
postman.
No?
Farmer.
Number one Bulgaria dream job. My dream job. Taxi driver.
Oh,
We drive the taxi.
Yeah.
can I tell you that to me is a dream job?
Do you say that?
I'm
You
telling
say
you.
that one shift, you're throwing your medallion on the ground. You're like, I'm done.
I don't want to deal with people.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
What does a taxi driver do?
no, I'm saying like I'm not looking forward to the dealing with people, but if I could have a job where I just sat in my car and drove around locally all the time, I
You
would
want
love that.
Uber Eats driver, just driving the pizza.
No, I don't want to get
wherever.
out of the car.
So
I was going to
Oh,
say,
okay.
you want to be a delivery driver that doesn't deliver.
Yes, I will deliver people. Like
No,
limo
'cause then
driver.
you have
as
to
an
deal
Uber
with people.
driver.
You have to deal with people. Taxi
yeah,
driver.
like a taxi driver, Carmen. Like I would love to be. Like I love to drive through Manhattan. I love to see the sights of Manhattan. Imagine if I just had to be a taxi driver in Manhattan. That'd be great.
Why don't you just do whatever you do and then get a car and go for a drive every once in a while?
I do. I go
Yeah.
I go for
He
a drive all
does.
the
But I'm
time.
saying, why do you have to try
No,
and-
no, I'm not saying I'm going to turn in my radio skills for a taxi driver job. I'm just saying if I was to have to pick up a different job, a new job, I think I would enjoy being a taxi driver. I would particularly enjoy being an Uber driver now because I'm a chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the car and I get somebody in the back who wants to talk, I'll talk you all the way to Sarasota.
I am definitely hitting no talking for your
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't start the conversation. Here's what I would do if I was an Uber driver. I'd be like, "Would you like a water? There's water back there." And then I would say, "What music would you like to listen to?" And if they said nothing or whatever you have on, fine. I'd be like, "Okay." And then I would be quiet until they started talking to me, and they'd say, "Do you have the hiccups, sir?" And I go, "I believe I do."
There's a country bear driving me, and I think he's drunk.
Please stop hiccuping.
Do you remember I told you about the the taxi driver we had in Las Vegas? We land in Las Vegas. We're going to the hotel, whatever. A taxi driver, and he goes, "I have flute up here. If you would like me to play the flute." And I go,
Oh yeah.
"No,
Well,
I do not. No,
How do you not say yes to that?
No,
I would
He
say
said, "I
shut
have
it
a
down."
flute up here."
Yeah,
Like a pan flute, or
it
like
was
a pipe
it was like
flute?
a wooden. It was almost like a recorder. You know what I mean?
Why on earth would you not say yes to that?
Because I'm human and I have ears.
Oh,
What
I think
if
that
that's
would be
some secret
great.
code for something like
Wow.
drugs or yeah?
Well,
I have
I don't
flute.
want
Or
those
you
either.
want him to play your flute.
Yeah.
No, I don't want any of those things.
You like me to
I
play a
mean-
flute?
I got a meat flute up here.
Yeah, no. I'm from Bulgaria.
I don't know, man. That seems like it would be something. I was driving in a taxi in Staten Island one time, and La Isla Bonita, the Madonna song came on where she sang in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and my driver was. This is a visual thing. You only Bone TV people are going to see it, but my driver was in the front seat at a stoplight, and he was dancing like this,
No.
back and forth,
All right.
doing it like Elaine from Seinfeld in the front seat, and I was in the back, and I was like a 16-year-old kid going, "What are we doing? What are we doing here?"
I remember to this day we had a field trip and we were downtown Chicago. We were going to the Museum of Art or something like that, and we're like, let's get out of here. And we took a cab. And the cab driver said one of the greatest things ever in the world. And I was a teenager too. I was like 16 or something, whatever. And he goes, there's a bit of traffic. You guys mind if I bump and grind? And we're like, no, man, go for it. He was like up on the curb and doing all yeah, it was
I thought you meant he was going to be
he
like,
wasn't dancing.
I don't see nothing.
No, he was just going through traffic and just going around people and like honking and pushing people forward. It was
Do you
great.
mind if I bump and grind?
Yeah,
I love
Mind
that.
if I bump and grind?
I'm going to say that to my wife from now on. We're in traffic. I'm like, yeah, you cool if I bump and grind around this? That's great.
That is it for news.
Oh, thank you. Carmen, I wish I could be an actor.
Do it. Try.
Yeah.
No, I don't really want to do I don't have that
So
thing.
you don't really want
No, I
that-
want to be famous. I want to be rich and famous. I don't care about the acting part of it.
You got it.
Right.
You're kind of like, I want to be a detective, but I don't want to go through all this stuff and learn how to shoot and have people. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just want the trench coat.
10 years on the streets and stuff. I just want to solve crimes.
Yeah.
So Galvin, go to an escape room. Boom.
I already
Mike,
did. We got out immediately.
See,
As soon
there
as
you, yeah, just keep doing them. Mike, set up a webcam and just put on plays.
Carmen, being a detective, you saying going to an escape room, that's like saying that I want to play baseball for the Yankees, and you're like, all right, well, why don't you go to Publix and get a sub? Like, that makes no
Your brilliant deduction gets you out of the escape room.
There's a correlation in that, and you just said you don't want to go through all the schooling and training that you have to do. Therefore, if you go to an escape room, you get to do the thing that you would be doing.
I'm not catching any bad guys in an
As a
escape
detective.
room.
You're
solving
just
stuff.
getting out of a room.
Yeah, you're solving stuff. That
Nah.
is literally, it is a direct correlation to being a detective and going to an escape room without actually having to put your life in danger and go to school.
Nah.
It's not an escape room. It's an escape room.
Escape room, yes.
Escape room.
Oh my God. Okay.
You're like escape room.
Okay.
You say it wrong.
Oh,
What's that tiny coffee
yeah,
that
because
you drink?
you are perfect.
What's the tiny coffee that you drink?
Espresso.
What is it?
Espresso.
You probably say espresso when you're in the restaurant.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain because you don't know how to speak English.
Okay.
One of the 10 Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Escape room.
Escape room.
Escape room.
Not escape room.
Escape.
Escape room.
Escape room.
No.
Now I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
You guys are all saying it different. So what? Like,
Escape room. Escape room.
You say it, Carmen.
escape room.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. You're saying escape room.
You're wrong.
No,
You're
I'm not.
wrong.
Mm-mm.
Escape room.
Carmen's been wrong twice.
You're
today.
wrong.
Twice on the show.
You're wrong.
3 wrongs and you're out.
Jesus.
You guys should go back to the. Yeah, they do. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. No, they don't.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Carmen, you should take Monday off.
I thank you, Gio. I hate you.
Oh, you know what? I thought I don't want to take off for the inauguration, but I thought we're off Monday. I'd only have to take off Tuesday.
What time is the inauguration?
I don't know. It's some time in the day, but I'd come back. Well, I'd have to fly back on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going, but it would have been kind of cool to go to the ball.
I thought you just said it'd be horrible to go.
Yeah.
No, it would be horrible to be standing at the outside of the
Oh.
inauguration. It would be cool to go to the inaugural ball.
Oh, just the ball.
Yeah. Right?
Eh.
I
If
don't
you're
know.
if you're somebody relevant.
Yeah,
That was very insulting.
What are you saying?
That was very insulting.
I mean, you just,
You're not a politician. It's like
Yeah,
if
you're
somebody.
not a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm going there to be a fan, not to go be a
Right.
celebrity.
That's what I'm saying. You're just, hey, we got an extra ticket. Let's bring this guy.
You guys ruin everything.
Don't listen to
I'm
them,
no
Michael.
longer going to be an actor. And I'm definitely not going to the
You're not like
inauguration.
You're wrong.
Sitting at the table with the Trump family. And,
You don't know where I'm sitting.
I mean,
You don't know where I'm
you're
sitting.
just like, hey, we got an extra ticket. We don't want to go to waste.
Heads up, you're not playing in the Super Bowl, just so you know.
You don't know that.
No reason to
Oh.
watch it
You
then.
guys crush my dreams at every step. All right, let's take a break. We got some stuff to give away. We'll do that sometime this hour. The phone numbers, if you'd like to be a part of the show, 800-771-1025. Lord knows, I don't know if it's because they changed the phone numbers or what, but the phone calls stink on this show. Now is the time to get through if you want to get through. 800-771-1025. We'll take a quick break. It's 1025 The Bone. I will take your phone calls in the meantime. Happy to see some up there. 800-771-1025. Let's go to James. James, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, James?
Hey, good morning, Mike. How are you today?
Good. What's happening?
I have a who would you rather for you?
All right.
Amanda Pappas or Caitlin Lockerbie?
It's Who would I rather make sweet love to, or who would I rather marry and live the rest of my life with? There's two different. I'd rather make sweet love to Amanda Pappas. I'd rather marry Caitlin Lockerbie. If I had to choose between the two of them, I think I go Lockerbie.
What if it was just who would you rather go to lunch with?
Yeah.
Jameson Euler. I don't know. What would you pick, sir?
I would pick Caitlin Lockerbie.
Caitlin Lockerbie's gorgeous. But
Yeah,
I don't feel like
exactly,
I feel like Amanda Pappas though is a little dirty. By the way, for those
Yeah,
people
the
who don't know,
sexuality is with Amanda Pappas. Yeah,
yeah. We're talking about the two people on Channel 10 News, local here in Tampa. There's Amanda Pappas, who's the weather girl, and Caitlin Lockerbie, who's the news anchor.
One of which who you've already gotten in trouble for talking about. From
I got no trouble. I've gotten no trouble.
She admonished you.
She did not.
You
She did not.
Take down my picture,
She
creep.
did not. I reposted a picture that she posted, and I said, "Isn't she hot?" And she said, "Please take it down," because she was worried about getting in trouble, not because of me. You jerks. Thank you for bringing this up again, sir. Thank you, James.
You reposted a picture that she posted. So what was the difference between her post of the picture and your post of the picture?
A big creep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mark, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Mark?
Hey guys, I've got to let you know that this morning between 6 and 6:30, I was just laughing and tears are rolling down my face when you guys were talking about the unfortunate test that all of us guys eventually have to have with the finger. I tell you, oh my gosh,
have you had it?
You're such wimps. I've had it twice. Yeah, I had it once with a female, once with a guy, and honestly, with the female, it was more awkward because it happens really quickly. They really don't discuss it much with you. It's like, go ahead and turn around.
They go right in. They don't like when you're approaching that area with a girl, you ease into it. When they do it, they're like, whoop.
Yeah, and like you said, you end up with like a backside full of Vaseline, and they give you a tissue, and I'm like, God damn, how's this going to help me?
Yeah.
But I tell you, women are a lot more tolerant when it comes to medical stuff, and like when we have a cold, we're like, oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end. I have a cold. My goodness. But for women, I mean, they just power through. It's like, we the dogs for a walk.
Yeah, I listen. I succumb to the call. I'm a delicate flower, sir, and I need to be protected at all times. But I appreciate it. Thank you for the call. I will tell you that he is 100% right. When it's time to get that done, and for those of you who fear it, if I can, because what they say, the guy from the guy that used to be the guy from the Packers, what was his name? The legendary coach of the Packers,
Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi, would have lived had he let them service his nut there, his walnut. What is the thing called? The prostate. He had prostate cancer, and had they been able to detect it, he would have been fine. But he'd rather die than get a finger in the old poop. I can tell you that this is how it goes. You're like, okay, this is a little embarrassing, and then they go, and you're like, all right, it's familiar. I've been in this area before. It's not. And then you're like, sweet mother of, it doesn't hurt. It just all of a sudden you feel a tremendous amount of pressure, and right when you're like, I don't know it's over.
I actually had it done, and it hurt quite a bit, but that's just because I hit my head on the top of the van getting out. So
you should not be in a van.
This
is not.
It was free.
Oh no, come on.
Did they at least give you the tissue afterwards?
Beach towel.
Oh, even better.
Josh, good morning. What's up, Josh?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Love the new lineup. Just wanted to make a quick suggestion for you for your car job. How about the Google Map driver? You never have to get out of your car.
Oh, there you go. Google Maps. Google Maps.
Oh yeah, you just drive around and just But you know what? You don't get to talk to anybody.
I thought you didn't want to talk.
You said you didn't want to deal with
just Bluetooth and call some people. You call me.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a Lyft driver.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. What I said was I wouldn't initiate the conversation because I don't want to be the chatty guy unless they want to talk.
Yeah, but also you're not going to want to drive people around. Because they're going to be telling you stuff, and you're going to be like, "You don't boss me around." 100%.
Oh yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
Hey, right, man, and you're taking a left back there, not a right.
Yeah,
yeah. I also think a good job that for me, like, say I decided to end this job.
Why does your car smell like lobster?
Say I decided to end this job tomorrow, but I still wanted to work. Like some people get a job in retirement. I would go right up to Prime Butcher and ask Pepe to teach me how to be a butcher. Yeah. I would love that. I would love to know how to do that.
Sure.
Sit there and cut meat all day, listening to the radio. That wouldn't be a bad gig. Edward, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Eddie?
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday.
I got you.
Great show.
Thank you.
For a couple years now, I've been thinking, who would be the next great Tony Soprano? Has to be Mike Calta. Just have to be the same personality, maybe a little mean streak.
Yeah, I don't. Thank you for that. I find that to be very complimentary. Although I disagree with it. I don't have the fierceness that Tony has. I'm kind of a pussy when you really push a little bit. So and Tony had no conscience. He didn't feel guilty about it.
Psychopath.
So, yeah, a little bit of a psycho. Or I smack a guy and then right afterwards I go, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm a little too much of a pussy. But thank you, I appreciate that.
I was trying to find. I had a thing of different people that turned down roles for one reason or another.
Yeah.
And do you know what role James Gandolfini turned down that he was going to get paid like I don't know, $3 million or
After The Sopranos?
After The Sopranos.
Ooh. Like a movie role?
No.
TV role?
Another TV. Because the main character of this show left and they wanted James Gandolfini to come in and take over.
The Office.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Office. They wanted James Gandolfini to come in and take over The Office when Steve Carell left.
Listen, I've been watching The Office a lot lately. That may be the funniest show that was ever on television.
It's so good because you can watch it so many times because you catch so many different things that they do in there.
They are all individually good.
Great.
But nobody is. Steve Carell created a Kramer. He created a character that could never be duplicated again.
Yeah.
They brought in Will Ferrell to try and ease that transition with Steve Carell, and even Will Ferrell couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell was good, but he could not ease the transition.
Remember how many
Steve
people
Carell.
they had to come in and do different stuff, whatever?
Because the Gandolfini would have been the California guy. What was his name?
Robert California.
What was his real name?
James Spader.
James Spader. That's where probably the Gandolfini.
I don't even know whether they were
guy.
going to do what they did or whether he was just going to come in and take over. You know what I mean? So the script may have gone differently. They may not have had anybody, and they said, well, let's just have a bunch of guest stars come in and do stuff. Because remember, they had Ricky Gervais in there, they had Ray Romano, they had Jim Carrey, they had all these different people come in there and do stuff. Obviously, Will Ferrell was on there for quite a bit and did a bunch of different stuff. But yeah,
I the more I watch that show now, the more I realize just everything that Michael Scott says is funny.
Yeah,
and it's embarrassing at the same time.
Well, a guy who did try out. So at the beginning, obviously, there was a lot of different people that tried out for the different roles. I remember Adam Scott was for Jim. What's his name? Judah Freelander tried out for Dwight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Seth Rogen, I think, tried out for Dwight as well.
That, yeah.
A bunch of different people, but I was trying to think. So for Michael Scott, one of the guys who would have been good also and wound up being on the show later on, Bob Odenkirk. Bob
Odenkirk would have been good.
Who, whenever Pam went to work at the other place, and she was like, "This guy's exactly Michael."
Yeah.
He's the same thing.
Yeah, Steve Carell is just so embarrassing the way he does everything.
So cringe. So cringe. Yeah,
great.
It's great.
We believe we're going to get Brad Meltzer here in a couple of seconds, but Wanda, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Good morning. I was thinking you would be a good host of the Cash Cab.
That I would do.
Oh.
That I think would be great. You get in the cab, and the next lights are going off, and we got 6 blocks to do a game. I'd be into that, Wanda.
Yep, you'd be a good one.
Thank you.
So I found the article real quick. I found the article in they weren't going to pay him $3 million. HBO paid him $3 million not to do it.
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So that's what it was.
Oh no, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I was trying to tell you, you got to stop taking phone calls so I can call out.
Yeah, she's got to call.
Oh, I didn't know you were calling out. Call out. I was waiting to see who would break it. I was waiting to see who would break the silence.
Tom Hanks turned down playing Harry when Harry Met Sally.
That was Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal played it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Prince declined to play Minnie Max in Michael Jackson's Bad music video because the first line of that song is "Your butt is mine."
Deal breaker.
Wesley Snipes played it. Wesley Snipes was in there.
I don't
in the Bad
remember.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the biggest one was Will Smith turned down The Matrix.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Will Smith and Sean Connery.
Yeah, he was going to be the Neo character that eventually Keanu Reeves got.
Yeah.
That is another one. I really got sucking into those Matrix movies. By the time that the second one came around, I was really into it.
The third one I felt was not great, and then they made the last one.
Third one was the one where they ended it all. I actually thought that was pretty good because it had closure.
Right.
But then you're right. Then the revisited one was terrible.
That was horrible. Yeah. Should never have been made.
That was terrible.
Before Michael Keaton played Batman, Pierce Brosnan met with Tim Burton to play Batman.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Pierce Brosnan getting better looking as he gets older?
Yeah,
is it even possible?
Of course.
I mean, he's so handsome. It's crazy.
He's good looking. Even Mel Gibson, all scraggly and mean. You know, he's good looking as well.
Mel Gibson 100% always smells like cigarettes. I guarantee. Right? Like he just has that look where he smells like cigarettes.
All right, Carmen.
Yes.
Is Brad Meltzer on line 6 or line 8?
Line 6.
All right. Let's welcome back to the show. God damn it, my thing's not working now. You're gonna have to hit it for me.
I got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brad Meltzer. Brad, how are you, buddy?
How are you, my brother? I'm good.
I have to apologize to you. We have had a producer change, as you may know by now, over the last couple of months, and I seem to have missed an email from you, so I didn't want you to think I was ducking you.
Oh, I wasn't worried, baby. You and I have that same thing where we always find each other.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good to have you on. I've been watching you all run the press tour because you got the new book, The JFK Conspiracy. Boy, people, I mean, I can honestly tell you whenever Brad's got a new book, he's welcome on this show. He's a friend of the show, but he also does something that is interesting and for our audience. But people love you. I see you on Good Morning America. You really get out there to the big ones.
The payoffs, we just back up these, the payoffs, and they pretty work. No, you know what? People are just nice. I know these people for a long time. You know, George Stephanopoulos, when he first got on Good Morning America, had me on when we got the first secret letter that President Bush had written President Clinton. And after 20 years of doing this, I hope, that they're not bringing me on for my looks. So I hope they're bringing me on because, we're always going to try and bring a good story.
What do you think, having the knowledge that you have now about the transfer of power between presidents and the secret letter and all that stuff, do you think any of that stuff goes on now between Biden and Trump, or do you think they just one gets out as fast as he can and one comes in as fast as he can?
Well, I don't think there's a friend. Clinton and Bush had friendship. They were really friends.
Yeah.
That's not happening here, but they will. Biden's going to leave him a letter, and just the same way that Trump left Biden a letter. Forever, for all the hatred and venom and everything else, that tradition is the one tradition. I've been to multiple presidents' private offices after they left the White House,
right?
And the one thing that they all have in common, they don't need that wall of pictures of me and all the famous people. They've met everybody.
Yeah.
The only picture they all have, I can't say Trump does because I haven't been to his office, but I've met him. But they all have is a picture with the 5 presidents that are living.
Oh, that's kind of that's like the Avengers. Closet. That's the Avengers picture.
It is. It's still the Avengers. It's still the Justice League. It's still the whatever you want to call it, and that matters.
When you watched the Jimmy Carter funeral and you saw Trump and Obama yakking it up, I thought this is one of the cool things. I love watching history happen in front of us, whether it be good or bad. It's just to know that this is something that's going to live forever, and to see all those guys sitting there in that room together and to feel the hate on one side of the room and then see them chatting it up on the other side. And it also says a lot, I think, to me about Obama's character, because he's supposed to not want to talk to Trump and he's supposed to sit on the other side of the room, but the fact that they're there and he's just being that guy that he is, it just shows you what kind of guy he is.
And it shows you also what kind of guy, Trump, how much he's acting insane stuff, right? Yeah. He's the one who leans over and makes the joke, and he's, the one who took that guy to task saying he wasn't, his birth certificate and all that other nonsense all those years. You got to, listen, whatever they say, don't forget, politics is a show.
Yeah.
On both sides. They're putting on a show. And at the end of the day, everyone wants to be liked and everyone wants to sit at the cool kid table. And everyone at that moment was sitting at the cool kid table.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Brad Meltzer has a new book out. It's called The JFK Conspiracy: The Secret Plot to Kill Kennedy and Why It Failed. And this is before, obviously, the Lee Harvey Oswald assassination. And I will tell you that when the movie came out with Oliver Stone, the JFK movie, I was familiar with the situation. I was pretty young at the time. I didn't know. And I went out and I bought the book and I read the book. And then I started reading other books. And then this is before the internet. So I did as much book research as I can. I was very interested in this and still couldn't figure out why and who was doing what, and the Jack Ruby Association, and all this. But this is even before that. Why was there a plot to kill Kennedy before all this stuff?
Yeah, this, as you said, is 3 years before Lee Harvey Oswald. It's a beautiful Sunday morning in Palm Beach, Florida, and JFK has just been elected. So it's 1960, hasn't been sworn in. So right where we are now, just like we are now with Trump. And JFK is on his way to church. What he doesn't know is that there's a guy who's trying to kill him, a former postal worker named Richard Pavlik. And Pavlik has filled his car with 7 sticks of dynamite. He's in Palm Beach, Florida, because everything's in Florida. You know that. Every crazy-ass thing, of course, is in our home state. And all JFK has to do is walk outside, and as he steps outside, this assassin just has to hit the little plunger device that he's built to trigger, and boom's going to go to dynamite. And I'm not going to ruin the ending for you, but it involves Jackie, what saves JFK's life that day. But it's one of the craziest JFK stories you've never heard in your life. And the reason they want to kill him is because he's Catholic. That's the reason.
Okay, so Pavlik is not a Catholic and doesn't feel like a Catholic should be in office.
The thing, yeah, and listen, it's titillating for me to say. I guess it's titillating for me to say the word titillating, but it's titillating for me to say we found a secret plot to kill JFK that no one knows about. But the reason we tell these stories is because what it says about today. And in 1960, the election was so divided; it was the closest election of the 20th century. Whatever side you're on, you hate the other side, and you think they're total morons. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that mirrors a lot.
And basically, back then, I know it sounds almost silly now, but the Protestant religious leaders at the time, these very well-known reverends, all these amazing, Reverend Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, like one of those famous books at the time, they all wanted to make sure that there was no Catholic in the White House because they thought, as a Catholic, he wouldn't be loyal to us, he'd only be loyal to the Pope.
Right.
And they were like, we're going to do anything we can to make sure it doesn't get out there. And the KKK was doing the same thing. They were like, the KKK, to get membership higher and get their dues up, instead of just hating black people, they found new groups to hate, like the Jewish community and like immigrants.
Right.
And they saw JFK as an Irish Catholic immigrant. They're like, we can't have an immigrant being president. Let's get him out of there. And when you put up that venom and hate in the world, people get activated. And Richard Pavlik was listening and got activated. It was like, I'm a good American. I'm going to make sure this president doesn't get into the White House, this guy.
Why is it that we don't know about this and you do?
Because I'm super nerdy about history, but here's the real reason. Is this was a front page story in Florida. Miami Herald had a big story on it.
Right.
And it was about to go nationwide. And the day that it's about to go nationwide, you just take an extra day to go from local papers to the nation. And on the day it was going nationwide, 2 airliners collide into each other. And everyone on board dies except for one kid, a sole survivor.
Wow.
And America becomes obsessed with this kid. They all want to know, is he going to live? Is he going to die? What's going to happen? And it knocks that JFK story off the front page, puts it onto the inside of the paper, and it becomes a footnote to history until my friend Josh Mensch and I are like, you know what? This is going to be an awesome book. And that's where, as a book, the JFK conspiracy is really born, is us going, dude, this story's crazy.
How hard is it for you to get information about Pavlik? And does his family talk to you? Does anybody want to acknowledge this, or do they try to just sweep this? Nobody wants to have that guy in his family who tried to kill a president.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, so we'll talk about what assassins have in common in a sec, as I'll tell you. But Pavlik doesn't have anyone. He's lonely and he's angry, which is a potent combination. But the way we found him is, and thanks to some reporters who did a FOIA request years ago,
right,
and asked for the FBI and the Secret Service files of the investigation, and that was what broke the whole thing open for us. Now we had hundreds of pages in real time of what the FBI was thinking, what the Secret Service was thinking. The Secret Service head at the time, the guy in charge, said this was the closest any sitting president has come to being assassinated while in office. This moment.
Wow. Brad Meltzer is joining us. The book is called The JFK Conspiracy, The Secret Plot to Kill Kennedy and Why It Failed. And Brad Meltzer, on the spot right now, I ask you, who killed John F. Kennedy?
I'm going to you know what? I love you so much, I'm going to tell you. You ready for this? And let me also say, because I was upset, just like you, I was obsessed with Oliver Stone's movie when it came out.
Yeah.
Because, he says in there's one detail that's in there. It says, to this day, no one's been able to recreate the shot that Oswald took. And I remember back then being like, if no one can recreate it, he had to have had help, right? I mean, if you can't here's the problem. Dozens of Marines have recreated the shot.
Yeah.
Oliver Stone completely put misinformation in his movie. You can look at the interviews. He'll say now, I put misinformation in my movie because the Warren Commission had misinformation. I wanted to even things out. And I'm like, dude, you can't do, like, millions of people like you and I relied on that.
Yeah.
But if you want to know who killed JFK, here's who killed JFK, though. You ready?
Yeah.
In the 1960s, when you asked right after he died, if you looked to see who killed JFK, we said it was the height of the Cold War. So it was the Soviets. Our great enemies at the time was the Cubans who did it. If you look in the 70s, when Watergate happens and people stop trusting the government, who killed JFK? Well, it was an inside job, right? LBJ did it. The CIA did it. If you look in the 80s as the Godfather movies peak, who killed JFK? It was the mob, right? So if you want to know who killed JFK, it's decade by decade, whoever America is most afraid of at that moment in time. And someone just sent me, they were like, no, man, it was UFOs. No kidding, because we're obsessed with UFOs right now.
Drones got him. The drones got him, yeah.
Right? I mean, so that's how it always goes. What Kennedy is, what the Kennedys are, is they are truly our first celebrity presidents.
Yeah.
And we love seeing ourselves in their, that lifestyle. They got everything. They got beauty. They got wealth. And we've been chasing that for decades. And some people think that's what the Reagans were. Some people say it's what the Obamas were. Some people say it's what the Trumps are. But the pursuit of fame is such a hollow pursuit. They've all just been cosplaying JFK and Jackie.
I believe that Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy, but I don't believe that he was acting alone. And I think that the number one tie-in to the whole thing that makes me believe that something shady is the Jack Ruby involvement. Jack Ruby killing Oswald right away is what leads me to believe that they wanted that guy to have his mouth shut. And so I think he did it, but I think he was put up to it, and I think he was brainwashed into doing it.
And here's the one thing, and I very much agree that the reason we don't have an answer is because Jack Ruby pulled that trigger. When he did that, he took the one person out that could tell us what happened. And whatever. I really do believe that Lee Harvey Oswald took that shot. You're never going to convince me otherwise. When you look at people like, did you look at the audio reports? They say, no, you didn't look at the audio reports because they say one thing. Here's what you don't know though, and will never be answered. Why is Lee Harvey Oswald at the height of the Cold War spending months in Russia?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. There's a story there. There's a story we're never going to get. And, that's the thing that Jack Ruby took away. And listen, in the JFK Conspiracy, when you read the book, we're not stupid. We end the book analyzing and looking at the final, we start with the assassination that almost killed him. We end with the one that did. And what we show you is Jackie's perspective, his wife's perspective.
Yeah.
And it's an unbelievable, you've never seen it from this perspective. It's like, when your husband's brains are splattered all across your beautiful pink suit, it is not a normal day at work, right? It is a devastation. And you see her and what happens in the hospital and what she's trying to, when she's physically holding his head and trying to put his brains back into his head. It's I promise you've never seen the assassination from this point of view. If you love history and you love studying or looking at JFK, you're going to love this book.
Do you get any feedback from the Kennedy family? Do you have any association with them?
You know what? I don't know anyone there. I actually know a lot of people in the other families, but my hope is usually in like the first week or two when the books are out, we'll hear from someone. What's fascinating is the last two signings that I did, one in Maryland, one in Virginia, there were survivors of the whose houses were almost hit when that double plane crash happened.
Oh, really?
They both came to the signing separately. So like it's every time we do a book, like whoever's kind of like involved in it will somehow reach out to us and be like, hey, my family was there when that thing came from the sky in Staten Island, and some other family in Brooklyn, because they landed in two places. And that's just bananas to me when those things happen.
Can I leave you with an idea for something in the future? I'm at 53 years old. I've watched a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson videos. I've seen a lot of pictures of the universe, and I have no idea what significance we have anywhere. I would like some questions to be answered before I die. Can you look into all the secrets about Antarctica for me? That's my new obsession. Is Admiral Byrd, is why all the countries refuse to go there, what they're hiding over there, all the rumors of what's really there. I'm relying on you to handle all this before I die, Brad.
Now listen, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, go look and see what the Nazis were doing in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
Put in you're gonna. Trust me. We have the same obsessions, and I listen. I love the fact that we love the same nonsense. That's why we always get along. But trust me, there's some really cool stories.
I think that makes it so exciting is you always know that there's some sort of level of truth to what you're reading. It's ridiculous as it sounds. There's some truth in there somewhere, and I think that's what makes me excited to read and learn about these things. And the JFK assassination story, as if that wasn't enough, there is one that you didn't even know about that took place before this. You could find out in a new book, The JFK Conspiracy, The Secret Plot to Kill Kennedy and Why It Failed. Pretty much the only author we ever have on the show because the guy consistently writes books that I think our audience would be interested in, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out, Brad. Congratulations on another winner.
Thanks, brother. Always good to be here.
Good talking to you. There you go, the great Brad Meltzer. Carmen, you got to disconnect because my phone thing is broken.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I feel like if Brad Meltzer and I sat in a room long enough, it would be like two stoners without the pot, just talking about things.
Yeah. He always has interesting stuff, though, for sure.
And it's an easy read. Like I picked up his book and read it on an airplane flight, a 2-hour flight one time. Like it's not hard. It's especially if you're somebody like I saw, that guy that holds up the signs in New York.
Right.
I saw one yesterday where he said, "How's your more reading in 2025 going?"
Yeah.
Because people want to read more. They just never know what to grab and where to start and what to do. Anything by Meltzer is good, whether it's a novel or whether it's a book about history that he wrote.
But you also want something that's going to grab you. Like he just gives a little synopsis of it where he says, it was a beautiful morning, whatever, 3 hours before, and the guy was going to get killed. You're like, what? What is going on?
I love the nonfiction stuff. I want stuff that's actually happening, or happened.
But the good thing with him is like even for his novels, he'll write about factual things. So he wrote about a murder in the Rose Garden, and it opens up with the body being discovered. It's not like you have to go through 3 chapters before the action happens. So he knows what's up. He knows how to do it. Have you looked at the Antarctica stuff at all?
Yeah, I know a little bit, very little.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either. I just know that that it's all the countries agreed to not go there. Which is, when's the last time you had any countries agree to do anything together? Admiral Byrd went there and said that he had found some weird stuff and tunnels and all these things, and then he was dead.
Yeah, green pastures.
What's that? Green pastures. Yeah, green pastures and places for us to live, and
and there's a no-fly zone at the complete polar, around the pole.
They say the reason that they don't want you to go there is because they can't rescue you. So you can do a private mission there, but they can't rescue you. So they don't let anybody go in there in case they have problems. Because then they just have to go, well, you're dead.
I always assume it's just too dangerous to get there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because you can only fly in, correct?
Fly in, and then but they're saying if you fly in and you go. And we can't save you, so we're not coming in after you.
And there's no cells. Well, now there's Starlink and stuff. You could have all kinds of service and everything.
Dude, I'm dying to know. And what he was saying was about the Nazis. Hitler launched people over there because they believed that they had alien stuff hidden over there and alien technology. And
that's also crazy. Where the Fortress of Solitude is.
Well,
when Superman.
We don't know that for sure. But I've been a Superman fan. I have a Superman tattoo. I have loved Superman since the George Reeve black and white one back in the day. It used to come on, and I'd get so excited to watch that. And I'm watching reruns of it. And then when the Christopher Reeve movie came out, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I don't know, you were young or kids. I read the comic book. I watched the cartoons. I loved it. And I enjoyed all of the Superman movies. Some of them are hits. I like the one with Brandon Routh when he was Superman, the one with Kevin Spacey. It was not great, but it wasn't bad. I like the different iterations of Superman. This new one looks like garbage. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't really know what you're watching. And then I watched YouTube videos of grown men, watching the trailer and crying real tears. Real tears.
I get it.
The one you were watching the other day, though, I think that guy,
Galvin, his eyes were so red and full of water.
yeah, but I also think he's special.
No.
Oh,
You don't think so?
No.
But also
He's just a nerd.
they're looking for clicks. You're not going to watch the guy that just says, "Yeah, it's going to be good."
Right.
You're going to see the guy that's either freaking out or crying. That's because they're
But what is it about it makes you I don't know. I can never see me getting that.
they're
way.
chasing the algorithm in a lot of these videos because
pretty-
clicks equle money and monetization.
Yeah, look, I'd cry on it
Yeah.
if I thought it was gonna make me a ton of money.
If I watched a video of you watching the trailer, you're like, this click's going to suck.
Right.
And you're like, what the?
yeah.
So I just watched that for
8
nothing.
views.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, yeah, that's what I thought.
But now you're like, oh, this guy, look at this guy. He's crying here. You got to watch this guy cry in the
Right.
Superman
I did.
trailer.
I was like, he's crying.
Yeah.
Look
Send
at
it
this
to your
guy. He's
friend.
Right.
crying.
Yeah. They know what's up.
Yeah.
They're working us all.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't, when I first saw Henry Cavill as Superman, just like the pictures and stuff, I thought, oh, this is going to suck. And
Oh, really?
It turned out being good. Yeah.
See, I thought Henry Cavill looked like Superman. I thought he was good.
This guy, the new guy, kind of looks like him too.
Yeah, but he looks like a little boy Superman, and I don't know what the deal is with the dog. The dog is in it now.
I always think if he makes a good Clark Kent, then it's going to be good.
Well, Clark Kent's just always. I thought Henry Cavill was a good Clark Kent because he was like an investigative journalist, where the rest of them were just bumbling reporters.
I kind of like the woman who's playing Lois Lane because she's not like super hot, but she's hot.
Right. Well, she's the one from the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she's
feel
attractive.
I feel Lois Lane needs to be a little bit nerdy as well.
Yeah, but I hate that whole, I'm going to get in there. I'm a woman, and I'll
Yeah,
get to the top
yeah.
of
Yeah.
this Lois Lane. I think it's gonna probably stink.
You'll still
But
go
also
see it.
might have something to do with the fact that I'm going to be 54 years old when it comes out. Maybe I'm just a little too old for Superman.
I just wish when Lois Lane jumped out of the building to prove that he was Superman, that he would just went, I'm not Superman. You're dead.
Oh,
Sorry.
My bad.
Too high maintenance.
All right, we got to take a break. If you want to get through 800-771-1025, we got to do Deathpool picks. I'm going to try and play a game before we get out of here. We'll do Deathpool picks next on 1025 The Bone. What do you got? You're not doing nothing?
No, nope. I have no plans.
I like that.
Pretty wonderful weekend.
I like not having plans.
You mean like as opposed to my awesome plans, where tonight I'm going out with Pete to Plant City, but then tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, kids volleyball tournament all 3 days.
Ooh, yeah.
Amanda goes, she needs to be there at 9 tomorrow. I go, okay. And then what time's her game? And she goes, I don't know. They said that she'll have one game and then it'll definitely have one at 3. 3.
Yeah.
She's there at 8.
Yeah.
And I have to leave at 8.
What time is it, out of town or is it nearby?
It's this one's in Wesley Chapel, but
That's not too bad.
next one is in Winter Haven.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
At least if it's close, you can go home in between. Where
No,
it's like,
but we don't. We just
Yeah.
stay there and watch the other stupid teams play. And they all stink.
yeah, they always screw you over because they'll be like they play at 8:30 and they play at 4:30.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in Brandon, you can't drive all the way home and turn around and
Right.
come back.
It's miserable.
Yeah, I got one coming up in Panama City in a couple weeks.
And that's worse because it's soccer, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I actually enjoy watching the soccer.
I did too, and my daughter played, but I don't want to watch anybody else's kids.
My daughter's at the high school level, so it's a lot more.
That's different.
It's a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
So
I was going to tell you, I enjoy watching the older girls play volleyball. What I was saying, and I knew as I was saying that in my head, I heard all you guys
No,
saying
let's
that.
not go home. We'll stay all day.
Instead of saying that, you should say you like the younger ones.
No.
That would work out for you.
Sean, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing today,
You're
bud?
very loud, Sean. Very loud. I'm good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. I just want to give a call to touch on when you were talking about the Jimmy Carter funeral with Trump and Obama talking and how cool you thought that was.
Yeah.
I wanted to draw a parallel with when Obama had to concede to Trump. He was really cordial about it. When Kamala conceded, she was really cordial about it. But I don't know if you heard about Biden talking about how he was talking about how Trump's like an oligarch and stuff, and I just felt like that was a bit different than how other presidents have.
Well, he didn't exactly
pass the torch, you know.
He didn't exactly name Trump. What he did though is he insinuated that there's an oligarchy forming here, and that the rich and powerful are going to be controlling everything. And sure, we all know what he was talking about, but I think the true test is like when we said to Brad Meltzer, will he leave him that letter? Will he be there to shake his hand? Will he be there to have that B-roll of them walking in and out of the White House together? I don't know. It's going to be pretty interesting to watch. But the thing that excites me is that it's history in the making. So whether they do it and they're friendly together, it'll be interesting to watch. Or if he chooses to have very little interaction with Trump, it's also going to be interesting to watch. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know if he's going to show up or shake his hand and everything. I think I don't know. I think this might be I think it might be the opposite of what Obama did.
Yeah, I appreciate your call, but I disagree. I think he's definitely going to shake his hand. He'll be there. Biden can't, and all the things that Biden said about the peaceful transfer of power, he can't be the guy who doesn't do that.
Yeah, and he's been a politician for like 50 years,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of what you do.
Yeah,
I think he's just gonna.
He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. Mike Calta. It's Medicine Man.
What do you think is going to happen with the peaceful transition of power? Yeah, Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Hello. All right, there we go. Galvin.
Yes,
we have to do Deathpool.
We have to.
Carmen, do you or Gio? Do you have Tony's picks or Ian's picks?
I have Tony's picks.
I have Ian's.
You have Ian's. You have
Yes.
Tony's.
I do.
So then we're prepared to go through it.
Yes.
All
and
right.
we are ready to go.
All right. Let's do it. Here we go.
All right.
Who starts?
Ian Beckles.
Ian Beckles.
And he is going Jack Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
The
yeah.
rumor of Jack being sick and dying for a long time never actually pans out. But yeah. Okay. Then now over to
Joe.
who? Joe?
Yes, Michael.
What do you got?
I am picking Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, once out of the gig, the job's over.
Yeah.
That's a good pick, Joe.
Makes sense. Makes
Good
sense.
pick. All right, next.
Gio.
Gio?
I'm going to take Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, son of a bee. I had him. as
Here's
one of
my thing with Rupert Murdoch. He's what, 94 years old?
I think maybe older.
But he's got so much money. I feel like he's getting blood transfusions every day. I think he
but
lives to be 100.
That's what I thought about Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that's true too. Couldn't fix that. All right, who's next?
I am.
Yep.
I am going to go with old Dawson's Creek, James Vanderbeek.
What's wrong with Vanderbeek?
He's got the big casino.
Cancer.
Oh, I don't want your cancer.
Yeah.
I don't want your life.
Oh. All right, who's next?
Tony Burton.
Who is Tony taking?
Oh, sorry. One second.
Jesus Christ, Gio.
Tony Burton is taking Jack Hanna.
Jack Hanna's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he's still alive.
Did you check?
Yeah.
Jack Hanna, the wildlife guy, is dead.
No, he's not.
100% he's dead.
He had a lot of problems, I remember, but no, it looks like he's still alive.
Bet money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
78.
Yeah, he had a lot of problems though,
It's-
so that's a good pick.
I think he was fighting dementia, possibly.
Yeah. So is Mike. That's why he thought he was dead.
100% dead, he said.
But I thought I remember saying to somebody that knows him, "I'm sorry about your friend."
No, it was a big story when because he wasn't
He was
touring
sick.
anymore. Yeah. I remember it was a big story that he was diagnosed.
Alzheimer's, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
First diagnosed in 2019.
Forgets that he let a lion in the room.
And then it's me, and I'm going Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
That's the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them already died, so he has to be next to go.
Did the grandpa die? Is that the one?
I don't know.
I
Willie is
think-
the one who's the face of the show.
Right.
I don't
think
know which
Phil
one
is the old one.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Okay. All right. Am I next?
Yes.
I will take from Happy Days, Marion Ross,
Mm.
who is old and been a previous guest of the show.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Who's next?
Back to Mike.
I will take Apollo 13 astronaut Jim Lovell,
Mm.
97 years old.
Yeah. And he's
Houston, we have a problem.
got some sort of moon radiation or something.
Yeah, he's got, I mean, that might be why he lived to 97. but-
It could be. You know
All right, Carmen.
Yes, back to me.
Yeah.
And I am going Elton John.
You son of a bee.
No,
Come
not touring
on.
anymore.
Come on.
Piano
He's
Man?
blind.
Yeah.
He's blind. He
Not
lost
doing
both
well.
his eyes.
He did
Yeah.
a bunch of drugs back in the day.
A lot. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
All right, over to Tony Burton.
Tony Burton would like Gene Hackman.
Ah, damn it. That was my next one. All right. There you go. Okay, and then back over to Galvin.
Galvin.
Yes. God Save the Queen. I'm taking the King, King Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen him. I don't know.
Oh,
Dude.
he's rough.
he not only has an undisclosed illness, whatever, which they're all saying is cancer, but also remember his hands, and his hands are all swelled up.
But I think that's just from the evil.
No,
he had fat. He had the real fat hands.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Which is
congestive
definitely
heart failure.
Yeah, edema. Yeah,
interesting.
He's got some problems.
All right. Then from Galvin, we go to
Gio.
Ron Jeremy.
Oh, he's in jail. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, I thought he got out
Yeah, remember they
for like
released
house
him.
arrest or something.
They released him during COVID because of different stuff. I don't know whether he's out because I had him in.
I thought they put him in like some special home or something.
No, they sent him home for hospice care though. I think is what it was. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. Ron Jeremy in the news. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
One charm pled guilty. 12. Right.
Committed to mental hospital after being deemed unfit to stand trial for his sex crimes. That was in 2024. It was last year. Yeah.
If you looked at Ron Jeremy and didn't know who he was and said for $10 million, tell me what this guy does for a living. Would you pick porn star?
Nope.
Oof. All right. Who's next?
Joe.
Joe?
The Hills are alive with the sound of Julie Andrews.
Oh, how old is Julie Andrews?
She's in her 90s.
Okay.
I think she's in her 80s.
I'm still picking her.
Julie Andrews is kind of old. I remember that. And she had throat cancer.
89.
Yeah.
She's 89.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She had some sort of throat issue. I remember because I remember seeing Joan Rivers, and Joan Rivers and Julie Andrews are good friends. And Joan Rivers was saying that she'd call her up and she would make fun of her voice. She'd be like, "It's Julie Andrews."
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty. 89 years old. All right, there you go. Back over to Ian.
Yes,
All
Ian.
right.
And Ian Beckles is going to go fashion designer Giorgio Armani.
Yeah, he's old too.
He's
All right.
90. And then, hold on, let me put that pick in. And then his next pick after that is going to be Judi Dench. She's also
The
old.
dame.
Yeah.
Judy Dench.
She's
Say
a
it
dame.
right. All right.
She's a real dame. Damn it.
Joe, back over to you.
Liza Minnelli.
Oh, I didn't even know she was still alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then over to Gio.
Correct.
Sorry. John Williams.
The composer.
Yes.
Okay. Galvin.
I'm going to go Robert Wagner.
God damn it, Galvin.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoy it.
Who'd you take, Gio?
John Williams.
John Williams. Okay, thank you.
All right, and then you took
Robert Wagner.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got that. And
All
now
right.
Tony Burton.
Tony would like Gene Hackman.
He already took Gene
Yeah,
Hackman.
that was
You
the
took
last
him
one.
last pick. for him.
Sorry. He sent me to Dick Vitale.
Cancer-free Dick Vitale.
Did someone take him already?
I'm
No.
looking. I don't see
yeah,
it.
Ian Beckles took him very first pick.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Dickie V announced the other day he's cancer-free and going back in the booth.
I'm seeing Dick Van Dyke on Ian's.
Yeah, Dick Vitale.
Oh,
is
yep.
different.
Yeah.
You gotcha.
Get your dick straight, woman.
Wrong Dick.
All right, who's next?
I am. And then I am going to go Billy Joel.
Oh, how dare you?
Oh, man.
He better
Yes.
live till November 2nd.
He has to die sometime.
He better live till November 2nd so they can at least get that concert that they rescheduled for today. That's so upsetting. Last week, I was thinking about getting off the air today, driving down to Hollywood, gambling, partying with my wife, going to see Billy Joel, then coming back here talking about how great it was. Now I got to just go to a stupid volleyball tournament.
And you know what? That's kind of a dick move of Tony Burton to take Dick Vitale.
Why?
Because that's usually someone's local pick for one of us.
Well, you know,
strategy.
National,
I know, I
yeah.
get it, but like we are very limited in our local picks.
Yeah.
Well,
Take a bunch of people in New York.
Am I the last one to take a pick?
Yes, you are.
I'm going to take former football great for the New York Jets, Mark Gastineau. After seeing that video of him confronting,
You hurt me,
why
Brett.
did you do that,
Oh, he's
Brett?
crazy.
You hurt
He's
me, Brett.
crazy and he's sensitive and he couldn't really formulate a sentence and he was dumb enough to think that was a good idea to confront Brett Favre years after he laid down. So that'll round it off for today. So that is what? That is how many picks have we made so far each?
9.
Oh man, we still got another 11 to go.
Yeah.
And then we got to do local picks and the station pick,
Mm-hmm.
which we got to figure out those rules as well.
I say we try and have this done next week for sure.
We have
Yeah.
to because I mean, look, people are dying around us left and right.
Right.
You know. All these people that are around in their 90s aren't going to make it much further in the year.
We got a cold winter coming too.
We do, Joe.
Yep.
It's going to start on Monday with the big inauguration.
Yep.
Got a cold.
Holy smokes.
Winter's coming.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, good. That is our second round, our third round of Deathpool picks. We will take a break and come back and play a game. Galvin, can we play Whose Tweet Is It?
We can.
We have not played that yet in 2025.
We have the technology.
Tweets that have been made by members of this staff, identify them, and try to win. We'll do it next on 102.5 The Bone. 800-771-1025. It is time for us to give some stuff away. We got a lot of things. Carmen, what are some of those things that we have to give away? I know we have Monster Jam. I know we have Supercross. We have Christopher Cross. What else do we have?
We also have Alice Cooper, Leonard Skinnard. That's it.
All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Whose Tweet Is It Anyway. Here we go.
Let the tweeting begin! It's time to play Whose Tweet Is It Anyway? On the Mike Calta Show.
All right, Galvin, I turn it over to you. You'll read a tweet that's been tweeted by a member of the Bone On Air staff, and if we get 3 in a row right, we are correct. We will turn that over to a corresponding caller who will win a prize.
That's it. And Joe, you're in the game, buddy. So,
all right.
Joe, here we go.
Pen and paper, whatever you need. Get ready to go because we're doing it right now. All right, your first tweet that is up has a GIF of a guy crawling out from looks like a kind of sewer, like on the side of the road, not the sewer like the manhole, but the drainage,
like
type thing, whatever.
where it lives.
Yeah, and it says, "Hello, real world." Whose tweet is that?
So much context.
Got it.
It's not a lot.
Done.
Not a lot.
Done.
Gio's done. Carmen's done.
Done.
Joe's done.
Hello, real world.
Hello? Question mark. Real world? Question mark.
Are we still using Kunzi? Is he still in the mix?
Yes, he's still on the air.
Okay. All right.
Is he?
Right? Isn't he? Or are you still employed? I don't know. The answer is yes for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
for the game.
I heard he was mad at me because I didn't text him back or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you know these things?
I hear things.
Did he text
Did you hear it from Dizzy, though? Because Dizzy gives some bad information.
Well, no, then I saw that Will had sent me a message on Instagram that I never responded to, and I guess that upset him somehow.
I did respond to him, and I apologized on the air.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't be too mad.
All right, everybody locked in?
I'm locked in.
Yep.
All right,
Yes.
I'm going to start with Gio. He was in first. Who you got?
That's Monica.
You said that's Monica. Carmen, what do you think?
Yes, been sick, hiding from the world. That's
Oh.
Monica.
All right, Pap.
I went with Dizzy.
You say Dizzy, and Mike Calta, who you got?
Like a little clown living in the sewer. That's Monica, but I said Kunzi. I said Kunzi.
You said Will Kuntz?
Yeah.
Gio and Carmen got it right. That is Monica. Yes, you are correct.
I saw
That's
Carmen took her little care package.
Oh, that
and
was very
You
nice,
did?
Carmen.
A
You're a very
blanket
nice
and-
person. Good friend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I made her some chicken soup because she lives by herself, and I know that that's like, and when you're like that sick, it sucks.
You didn't
know
do
what I
anything
mean?
for me. I told you about my swollen prostate.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a wife.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
you could have
that's
come
what
over.
she-
Monica, Monica doesn't have a wife.
Yeah.
He does not.
Where's his soup?
All right, here we go. Second tweet. This one says, Season 2 of Squid Games really blanking sucks. ... Don't waste your time. But they actually wrote out the word.
Done.
Just so you know. I can't say it.
Done.
Starts with an F. Carmen's done. Mike's done.
Squid Games.
Really,
Season 2 of
effing
Squid Games.
sucks.
Yeah.
Done.
Gio's done.
Done.
Pap's done. Pap.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I think that's John Senning.
You say John Senning. Mike Calta, what do you think?
John Senning doesn't use such foul language. I say that as a cat named Mo.
Cat named Mo. Carmen?
This person also has been sick, so probably watching a lot of Netflix. Johnny B.
And Gio, who you got?
Squid Games. Dizzy.
So that's Dizzy. I can tell you, all of you said somebody different. One of you got it right.
Damn it, I know who it is.
Who?
It's Dizzy, isn't it?
Gio gets a point.
Yeah.
That is Dizzy.
Damn it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Gio has 2. Carmen has 1. Joe and Mike are the same. They have 0.
I stink at this.
All right. This next one has a picture of Tommy Shaw, and it says Tommy Shaw defies aging at Styx the band.
Done.
Mike's done. Gio's done.
Done.
Joe's done.
Done.
Carmen's done. All right. Joe, no points. Let's get some on the board. Who you got?
I went with Mo.
You said it's Mo.
Yeah.
All right. Mike Calta also no points. Let's get some on the board. Who you got?
I almost went with Mo, but I went with recent Styx concert goer Mike Olivero.
Mike Olivero. All right. Carmen, what do you think?
That's a good guess, Mike Calta. I went with someone whose birthday was yesterday, Corey Cardinal. Happy birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Corey Cardinal. All right. And Gio, you could win it all right here. Put it away. Who you got?
None of this matters because you all just lost. That is Mike Olivero.
Damn it.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come sail away.
Wait.
Come sail away. Come sail away with me, Fat Adele.
Oh.
Gio, pick a line.
Line 6.
Line 6. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Matt.
Hi, Matt. You are the winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you when we're done playing, and we'll hook you up with the prize.
Thanks, Gio.
Okay? Yeah, Gio.
I got you.
All right. Let's
3
play.
up, 3 down.
Let's
That
play
was pretty
another one.
good.
We do
That was
another one?
pretty good. Yes, absolutely. We got some more. All right, here we go with your next round, round 2. This one has a picture from inside this person's car looking ahead with all the traffic, and it says, Happy Friday from the Franklin. Hashtag Tampa traffic. Who is that? Who tweeted that out?
One more time.
It is a picture of from inside this person's car looking out, and it's got traffic in front of the person, and it says Happy Friday from the Franklin. Hashtag Tampa Bay traffic.
Done.
Pap's done.
Done.
Mike's done. Gio's done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Gio, you won the last game. I'll start with you. Whose tweet is that?
Drew Garabo.
That's Drew Garabo. Carmen, what do you think?
It's Friday. That's Dizzy.
That's Dizzy. What the correlation is, but all right. Pap, what do you got?
I say that's Johnny B.
Say Johnny B and Mike Calta.
I also went with It's Friday. That's Dizzy.
It's Friday. That's not Dizzy. It was Mike O. Nobody gets a point on that one. A back-to-back Mike owed you. All right. Let's go on to your next one. This one says, Liam is a pretty cool name for an NFL head coach.
Which isn't true, by the way.
Well,
Liam. Hello, Liam.
maybe you can work that into figuring it out.
Done.
Gio's done.
Liam.
Done.
Done.
Pap's done. Carmen's done. Mike's still stuck on an English
Nope.
accent.
I'm done.
Okay.
Hello.
All right, Mike Calta, who you got?
Somebody who is speculating about the next head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I said that's Johnny Ballsack.
Pap, what do you think?
I also said Johnny Ballsack.
You concur?
I do.
Gio, who you got?
That is Johnny B.
And Carmen.
I said John, but John Senning.
You said John, but John Senning. Everybody else said Johnny B. None of you got it right. That was Drew Garabo. That was Drew Garabo. All right. Sticking with coaches, how about this one? Jimmy Johnson cries way too much.
Done.
Mike Kelta's done. Oh,
wow.
Could you hear that, Carmen?
Was that?
That was your fart?
That was Mike's fart.
Oh my God.
That was not me.
That's DQ right there. Disqualified.
Carmen, if you can isolate that, please. Please. I want to be able to hear that because
I almost lifted off.
Oh my God. It is hot in here. It is hot in here.
Hey.
It smells over here.
Oh man.
Here come the vultures. All right, who answered?
I'm so I can't
I'm
even think
done.
straight.
All right, is everybody locked in?
What is it again?
Jimmy Johnson cries way too much.
All right.
By the way, have you seen? I'm sure you have, but I think it's hilarious. Some people are great at it. Some people terrible. I make the sound, you make the face, or you make the face, I make the sound. Whatever. There was a black couple, and it was hilarious. They were both chubby, and the girl did like a chipmunk thing, and he goes like that, whatever. But then one, she goes like this. She goes like that and makes a face, whatever, and he goes, "Oh yeah." So good. All right, everybody locked in?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I will start with Carmen. Carmen, who you got?
I went Corey Cardinal.
Say Corey Cardinal. Pap, what do you think?
I'm going with Johnny B this time.
Mike Calta, who you got?
After show host Johnny Beatus.
And Gio, what do you think?
Mike Olivero.
You think he went triple Mike Olivero on you?
Yeah.
Well, the other one was
true. Yeah.
By the way, all of you got it wrong
That's
again, and especially disappointed Mike Calta. That was your tweet.
What did I say?
You said Jimmy Johnson cries way too much.
What
I will
am I-
tell you, it was from a little while back.
Yeah.
I went back a little
Sorry.
bit. Yeah,
I was gonna say, where are you seeing Jimmy Johnson?
That's the thing. I was like, that doesn't even sound familiar to me.
All right, next one is anyone who uses the call feature on social media apps should be placed on a watch list.
Agreed.
Okay.
Done.
Gio's done. Carmen's done.
Done.
Pep's done. Mike's done. Carmen, who you got?
That's Dizzy.
You said it's Dizzy. Gio, what do you think?
Drew.
Mike Calta?
Not just John Senning.
John Senny and Pep?
Monica.
Finally, we got some points on the board. Carmen is correct. That was Dizzy.
Only one young enough to know how to use it.
All right, your next one. This one says, you know it's love when you both pass a flu back and forth to each other.
Done.
Pep's done.
Done.
Also
Done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Mike's done. Gio, whose tweet is that?
You just double dizzied us.
Double Dizzy. Hasn't been done since 1984. You say that's Dizzy.
The old double dizzy.
All right, Carmen, who you got?
Double dizzied.
Double Dizzy. Mike Calta.
No. That is Johnny Ballsack because he's passing him back and forth
Oh.
to his wife, whereas Monica is a loser and's got nobody to pass it back.
Has no wife.
Wow, she got no wife. She got
Monica
no wife.
has no
Dude,
wife.
Carmen lesbian chicken soup over to her.
No wife, no life.
There,
Pep, who you
lesbo
got?
chicken soup.
I'm saying that's Dizzy because I was with him on Sunday and he said the exact same thing to me.
Oh,
And
insider
then you came in here?
Insider trading.
Inside information. You are correct. That is Dizzy. So Carmen, Joe, and Gio all get a point.
I am 1 for 8 in 2 games.
Yeah, you have 0 points. Gio and Joe both have 1 point, and Carmen is the leader right now with 2 points.
You were hanging out with Disney on Sunday, or you were at the tailgate?
At the tailgate.
Oh man, is he like the new Spanish now? You replace him with another little buddy?
He fits the jacket.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna get matching shirts?
No,
No,
we're not. I don't wear those weird.
Joe's too much of a fashion icon
Yeah, I
to
can't
be
wear
putting
those
on
weird
Muppet shirts.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Are you rooming with him on the cruise?
No.
What, are you cheering for the Commanders over there? What are you wearing those colors?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the commander color.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, here we go. Carmen, you can win it all right here. This has a video of, remember whenever they were doing the podcast and the rapper shot himself in the leg?
Yeah.
Who shot somebody? What happened? And then there's a comment on it by a person from the Bone staff, and it says 2025 starting off with a bang. And bang is all capitalized with the exclamation point.
Pretty awful.
Done.
Carmen is done. Carmen thinks you won right here. Carmen, how confident are you? Scale of 1 to 10. 10
Oh,
most
I'm not. I just don't want to overthink it.
Okay. All right.
I just went with the first name that popped in my head.
All right.
Done.
Sometimes that's smart. Gio, Mike,
Yeah.
both done. Pep.
Done.
Done. You locked in? You
Yes.
good? All right. Here we go. Mike Calta, 0 points. Let's get some on the board.
That is Dizzle.
You say that is Dizzy.
Yes.
Triple diz?
Oh,
No
man.
way.
I don't even know if I could do it triple this. I'm too old.
No, it used to be.
Pep, who you got?
I'm going Corey Cardinal on this one.
Corey Cardinal on this one. All right.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Gio could tie it up here. Who do you think it is?
I said Mo.
Said Mo. Carmen could win it all right here.
FDW.
Who you got?
Mike said, ooh, awful. And I instantly went, ooh, Mo.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. Carmen wins again. Gio got 2. Joe had 1. Mike Calta went
0 for 6.
Yeah, that was pretty
Awful.
bad.
Carmen, pick a line.
I will go line 14.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Medicine Man.
Sorry, Carmen, pick another line.
I will go line 2.
I forget my flippers here.
Well,
Nope.
hold on. I gotta hang up on Medicine Man.
All
Pick
right.
a line.
Nah.
Is he? Hello? How'd you get back there? I don't know what.
Never
Hello,
mind. No.
Carmen.
I'll
That's
go
they're listening to the radio.
line 1.
That makes sense. Mike
Yeah.
Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, morning, sir.
You are the winner, sir. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sweet Jesus, that was confusing. Carmen, what do we need to do? Do we need to take a break?
Nope. Just talk for another minute.
Oh, the show's over.
Yeah.
I just looked down. So what time it was.
It's Friday.
Fast. Yeah.
Friday.
Friday.
Friday. Friday.
We haven't done the Friday chant in a long time.
Been a while.
I don't know, man. If you know some things to do on Plant City tonight, please text me because I have a feeling.
I hear there's a speakeasy, Michael.
I'm going to the speakeasy, and then who knows what? Let me see what the name of that place is real quick.
Well, that doesn't defeat the purpose. If you give out the name, it's like
I'm not gonna give out the
code word.
Well, is it? Do you know the name of the speakeasy or the place that the easy's in?
Oh.
Because you know how usually the speakeasies are like in like laundromats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's called the Propagation Whiskey Bar.
Oh well, I'll
It's
see you
downtown Plant City. I don't care. Come, Carmen.
I didn't know there was a downtown Plant City.
Yeah. Oh,
There is.
I've been downtown Plant City. So I used to have a
The
spot.
post office.
Yeah.
That's downtown.
I used to have a downtown spot that a guy owned. The guy that used to own or he may still own the Dallas Bull. He had a spot where he used to play poker all the time in downtown Plant City.
Oh.
It was nice little loft area. It was good.
How's that
And they
coming
have-
along? The poker game we're gonna do.
Well, look, I'm available Saturday night if anybody wants to play poker.
I'm not.
See,
Oh,
you're
by
not
the way,
available.
UFC 311 Saturday night.
Who's
Right?
the main event?
Dishwashwally.
I love that guy.
Dishwashwally is my favorite.
Dishwalla.
I'm gonna bet big on dishwasher.
Dishwashwally.
So-
It's getting to the point now where it's hard to pronounce everybody's names.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I just say that Russian foreign guy.
Used to be Matt Hughes. We got it.
Yeah.
It's easy. Now, you know. By the way,
Dishwashwally.
Dishwashwally is co-main event.